I'm here a little bit late. Sorry about that. Trying to take care of some things at the house, but I'm here. It's only 8:08, so we're still got time. I see you guys talking. We're going to get to some of those comments. I got to get to the normal stuff up front here. If you guys are here and you're looking to watch the game, I cannot show the actual game. That's against YouTube rules. That's against NFL rules, and I would be shut down like that. So no game. This is a watch party. We're going to engage. We're going to talk. We're going to go back and forth. We'll talk about what happened earlier today. Yikes. And then we're just going to get into this game, which should be friggin' awesome. Now, I didn't have time to actually grab a picture to put up on the screen in terms of the inactives. There's only two names we really need to know who are inactive tonight. Obviously, Skylar Thompson is that third inactive quarterback who can come in at any time they need to. No problem there. I mean, yeah, big problem. If he comes in, that means that Tua and Mike White both went down, but he's there. But the big names on here are, I'll give you all of them. Robbie Chosen is inactive. That's because they brought Chase Claypool. So we're going to see that big-bodied receiver out there from Notre Dame. Skylar, Calvin Joseph, and then Xavier Howard will not be playing today. No X-Man. Yikes, no X-Man. And probably the biggest problem tonight is Connor Williams will not be playing. Connor Williams is inactive. He's not going to be on the field, so that means Eichenberg is going to be the center tonight, and of course Tyler Kroft has been inactive most of the games. So, with this defensive line up front of Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Big Jalen Carter, there is no Connor Williams up front. I'm terrified of that. If you saw my top 5 keys to the game tonight, I listed the top 5 keys to the game as being each of the offensive linemen. Kendall Lamb, Isaiah Wynn, Liam Eichenberg tonight, Robert Hunt, and what's the other guy's name over here? Austin Jackson. Those 5 guys, I feel, are the keys to the game tonight. I think if these guys aren't on their game, Tua could be in trouble. Obviously, what we're going to have to check out is what kind of scheming does Mike McDaniel do? What kind of scheming does Mike McDaniel do to offset that front four? Because in addition to him, they've got a Hassan Reddick. It's a nightmare of a front four. The Miami Dolphins to date have not faced a defensive line anything like this. Nothing like it. Then you want to flip the script. They haven't faced an offensive line anything like this. So it's going to be speed against brawn tonight. See what comes out of it, but it's definitely speed against brawn. That's where we're going with that. Let's see here. Mark Bruner, you get the first comment of the day. I got to test it. There it is. Jeff Williams is active. Adam Schefter put out that tweet earlier that Jeff Williams is on the sideline. So the Miami is rich at running back. Raheem Mostert, Salvin Ahmed, Jeff Williams. 3 decent, really good backs. But the offensive line's got to pave the way. If there's no holes, doesn't matter who's back there. I'm trying to expand this so I can see as many comments as possible. Let's all take a knee and give our prayers, because it's on paper, as I said in my video, this is a scary team to face given the offensive line for the Miami Dolphins. That's the only thing. Tyreek's going to get open. Jalen Waddle's going to get open. What's his name? Braxton Berrios is going to be open. It's just a matter of, are they going to go back to the 2-second drop and let Tua, hit these guys quickly, because there won't be any long backdrops. And the other thing I hope to God that Mike McDaniel doesn't get cute tonight. None of these reverses and everything. I don't think it's going to work with the speed of this team. I could be wrong, but we will see for sure. Who else we got? Hidden gems tonight. Absolutely. What a nice thing to say. Let's bless the grieving families of Israel. Bless the innocent people of Gaza. Let's play ball. Yes, very nice to say. Very nice to say. Yes, Jeff Wilson is playing. LL Goo. What a name. All Tua needs is 2 seconds, and Hill and Waddle will be kissing the goalpost. Yeah, that's all he has proven. For some reason, Mike got away from that recently. But yeah, if he can hit those quick passes, if they take away that first read, though, man, that could be tough. Let's see. Tom Stockel says Alec Ingold needs to stay in and block. Yes, absolutely. Alec Ingold needs to stay in there. Durham Smythe needs to block. I don't know if you guys have watched Jalen Carter play. I don't know if you've watched Jordan Davis play. These guys are friggin' refrigerators and sneakers. They're both 6'5", 6'6", 320, 325. Just complete girth there. And they just manhandle the people in front of them. I mean, literally, I've just been watching them throw people out of the way. So, yeah. GTO, what's going on? We talked you off the cliff last time. Stay positive. Don't go on that ledge today. Hey, George. Yes, the FOGs are here and represented. Let's see, John Spear. Going to be a good game. It's 8 o'clock. This game may go to, 11:30, depending how things go. We'll talk about the Bills and the Patriots later on as we get going. But this is going to be, put it this way, this is shaping up to be one hell of a game. Absolutely shaping up. Maybe we should, Chris Wheeler says, maybe we should keep an extra running back in the backfield for Tua. That's what Tom Stockel just said. Leave Alec Ingold in and let him block his ass off. Jefferson Pollard from the Barbados. Where'd your comment go? Hey, brother. Thanks for tuning in from the Barbados. Frederick Saunders. Yes, Claypool is active after having a couple weeks of practice. I believe he'll see some action today as a fake tight end maybe get some action that way. Let me turn up my volume here so I can hear the game. Okay, I'm maxed out there. Good. Let's see here. Don't underestimate Hurts. You know, it's funny. I don't think we can underestimate Hurts because remember what happened against Baltimore. Yes, Dolphins came back, but Baltimore with Lamar Jackson and Chicago with Justin Fields. These guys just ran up and down the field on the defense. To me, I think this is a prove-it game also for Mr. Vic Fangio. Mr. Vic Fangio, you're going to have to find a way to stop these guys. Yeah, I'm a little worried about Hurts scrambling off the line. We historically don't do well against those strong mobiles. Yep, I just mentioned Justin Fields and Lamar last year. LL Ghoul likes the refrigerator and sneakers. I don't know if you've seen them yet. If you guys haven't seen this defensive line, they are friggin' huge. They can friggin' move. They're strong as oxen, and it's crazy. Richard Keys says, players that demand a big bag but can't stay healthy, Dolphins can't afford part-time players. I don't know. I've never seen these many injuries. I'm not going to make any assumptions as to what the heck is going on. I don't think anybody's faking it. What I mean is what's causing all these injuries. And I'm going to make an assumption. I'm going to say that having played ball, that by not hitting during practice, by not getting in there and just banging heads with people, it's soft. The game is soft today. It's not a insult against any specific player, but you can't do walkthroughs and simulated stuff Wednesday and Thursday and then do another walkthrough on Friday and expect to fly someplace and then on Sunday crank it up and hit somebody when you haven't been practicing live at all. And that's just the nature of the beast with the NFL at this point, and so you get what you get. You absolutely get what you get. So it's not a knock on the players, it's just how they're trained. So when they do get hit, I feel they're more vulnerable to injury. And also when you're tackling, a couple of the guys had some oblique problems. You know, you're twisting, you're trying to get your body in certain positions, and those muscles just aren't developed. It's not the same as when you're practicing and hitting guys all the time so your body can react to pressure, so you understand when you deliver, so your neck feels this. I mean, there's so many things involved technically when you're tackling and hitting hard that when you're not doing that and just doing it once a week, not good. Not good. John, again, you are absolutely right. Lamar looked awesome today against a good Detroit Lions team. A good Detroit Lions team that he beat bad. Yeah. Good thing our offensive line is one of the best this year. Somebody want to tell him? I could tell you, but then you get pissed off at me if I told you that. How about Deshaun Watson? He's worth every penny. You think Eli steps up tonight? You mean Eli Apple? I don't think the Eagles are going to be a big, huge, deep passing team. I mean, I know they've got A.J. Brown and they've got obviously Devontae Smith, but without X back there, they may do some different things. And remember, they also signed what's his name, Julio Jones, where everybody on Twitter was saying Julio Jones is washed. Dude is 6'4", 6'5", 225, 230. He's a big dude. He didn't have to go out there and take over for A.J. Brown or take over for Devontae Smith. But on a third down with Dallas Goedert out there, and you got two huge receivers. Look up A.J. Brown. I believe he's a 6'4", 6'5" guy. So you got A.J. Brown, and then you've got the little guy, Devontae Smith, running inside there. Lodia, I don't know how to say your name. Hi, mate. Know nothing about AFL, but I love Miami Dolphins and QB2 from Australia. Very nice, very nice. Nice to have you here. Yes, you do get hurt more when you don't hit during the week. That's exactly it. Maybe he's not in tip-top shape. No excuse. No excuse if you're not in tip-top shape at this point. 7 games into the season, there's no excuse for that. You got to be in shape. One of the things I've noticed this week as well, I don't know if you saw that tweet by Omar Kelly. I should have had that ready to go, but there seems to be for him to tweet it means that people are saying it. And if people are saying it, that's a problem where people are on the defense aren't buying into Fangio's schemes. That's really upsetting. He actually tweeted it out, I think this morning or last night, that he's talked to a few players that just, we ain't there, man. We don't like what this dude is doing. And if he's got that kind of dissension already, wow. All right, so the offensive, what's this say? Phenomena says, the offensive line is not the worst I've seen, but they're not good. All right, so I'm going to say it and just say it now, even though the Buffalo Bills got beat by the Patriots. This line hasn't really had to prove itself as of yet. Tonight, they are going to have to prove it. However Mike schemes the game, everything's going to be different tomorrow morning. Everything is going to be different tomorrow morning. People are going to say, yeah, the Dolphins are for real. The 5 games that they already won, let's take those off the board and just say what they did tonight, and they're legit. Or, God forbid it's the opposite. God forbid it's like, oh my God, they got exposed. But we're about to find out. They're about to kick it off. Let me go ahead and clear the screen, and let's go ahead and see what we got tonight. Take that off, and let me put the scoreboard up, and here we go. Eagles 5-1, Miami Dolphins 5-1. So Sanders is kicking off, and that means that the Dolphins will get the ball to start the second half. Not sure if they deferred or if Philadelphia won, but in any event. Also, if you've never seen what's called the tush push, and this play that Philadelphia runs where they just basically look like a rugby scrum, you're in for a treat with that as well. So you're going to have a loud stadium. I believe the temperature is 45 or so in Philadelphia with like a 10, 15 mile an hour wind. Short kick picked up at about the 15, runs out to the 22. Eagles are in their throwback uniforms tonight. This Kelly Green looking uniform reminds me of the days of Ron Jaworski and Randall Cunningham. Excuse me. Let's see, I'm looking at their offensive line. I think they had one guy down. I'm looking to see if Lane Johnson is starting. And Lane Johnson is starting. He's their big right tackle. who hurt his ankle against the Jets, but he's starting. All right, so here we go on the first play of the game. He's in a shotgun, quick inside handoff. He's going to go for about 8, 9 yards on the first play to the outside. So that means they look to turn Chubb in and just ran away from the linebacker. So first play of the game, linebackers are sitting there, and you see a guy going to your right, and he goes basically out of bounds untouched. So they're going to call it 2nd and 3. So we got 7 on that. All right, here we go. Another handoff right up the middle. He got maybe 1, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. So far, they're just looking to establish the run. No, George, I am not related to Randall Cunningham. I used to get that all the time. People used to ask me. All right, so it's 3rd and 2. They won't do tush push this early. All right, here we go. And taking a long, so one of the things they're taking a long time off the clock, inside handoff, and they push it forward. It's going to be a first down. So 3 plays and 3 runs, and they get the first down. If this is the game they're going to run, then it's basically shortening the clock. Don't let Miami get on the field and do too much. All right, so Tom Stockwell, I remember, Sanderband Cunningham played at USC and with the New England Patriots. Before that, the Boston Patriots. I grew up in Connecticut, so people used to ask me all the time, "Is he related?" Nah. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from about the 34. It's back to pass. He's got a guy open. So who is that? Devontae Smith. Man, for a little guy, he can take a hit. So we got a flag on the play. It looked like it's going to be Miami offsides. I would probably decline it and take the distance on this. Let's see if they take it. All right, so they're going to take it and repeat first down. So it's going to be 1st and 5 instead of 2nd and 4 or so. So, little jittery. I won't play the beat yourself thing yet because that's just a little jittery. It's opening drive, just feeling each other out. Oh, they're just mentioning on television that the Dolphins haven't beaten anybody. Mike Tirico just said that. Wow. All right, so it's 1st and 5 from about the 40. Almost dropped the snap. Just shredding our defensive line. He goes for about 6 yards. Pretty easy. Nobody touched him until he got past the first down marker. All right. Viper, you noticed something. You noticed that slammed. That was the wrong tweet. Holland bailed on it. Let me see. Oh, he just ran over Holland, did he? Wow, he almost dropped that snap. But lack of tackling. Come on, Vic. All right, so it's 1st and 10. You play action. He's looking deep. He's got somebody wide open. Oh, he dropped it. He had it for a second. Who is that? Devontae Smith had it for about a 20-yard gain, and then he bobbled it. After he caught the ball, they stuck him pretty good. So that, like I said, that's him being such a small receiver. Good hit. Boom, he got hit really good. Should have had it either way. No excuse. Once you bring it down, you should have the ball. All right, so 3rd and 7. Okay. Now, Devontae Smith doesn't drop too many. You got lucky there. Back to pass. Pass out into the flat. Guy's going to be short. It's going to get him off. It's going to be, 3rd down? I thought that was 3rd down. All right, so it's 3rd down, probably 6. Going to need a big play from Christian Wilkins, one of the guys up front here. They got to play here. Eli Apple, Deshaun Elliott, Javon Holland, and Kader Kohu are the starters in the backfield, defensive backfield. So it's 3rd and 8 they're calling this. Let's see what they got here. Obviously, this should be a passing down. There's a snap. He's changing the play. Taking time. There's a snap. All day to pass it. First down to the tight end. And more. Whew, probably about a 20-yard gain. That went from Hurts to Dallas Goedert, whatever the hell you say his name. I have a hard time saying that guy's name. But he was, if he was being covered by a linebacker, it wasn't even close. Who was covering this? I mean, there's nobody there. Nobody there. Whew. Man. They're not even getting near him. He's throwing deep. Another play down to about the 9-yard line to the tight end. He's got all day to throw thus far. Our defensive line is not getting anything. And for some reason, some of these guys look winded already. Goddard just was wide open down the field. There's just nobody there. So it's first in, not quite first and goal. Looks like it's first and 10 from about it's first and goal from the 9. This is where they get really tough because they can run so well. Inside handoff. Nope, it's a fake. Jalen Hurts is running it. He's not going to go anywhere. It gets down. All right, good play by Jerome Baker. Good play. He sniffed it out. Yeah, he didn't get fooled at all on that. Okay, let me see something here. I got to adjust my chair. For some reason. Let me just fix my chair real quick here. It's not acting right tonight. I ain't going nowhere. All right, I'm good. Another inside handoff to DeAndre Swift. So they stopped that. So it's going to be third and goal from probably the 8 or 9. Good defensive stand thus far. I bet you he calls a blitz here. Sirianni has to understand he's probably going to blitz here. This is the bend don't break defense, but now they're at a breaking point. I think he fires a brick. Fires a blitz. All right, so unless he blitzes, Jalen Hurts is going to have all day to throw. Empty backfield. There's a snap. He's bringing guys. Quarterback draw is going to go nowhere. Goes for about 3 or 4. So they're going to kick it and take a field goal. And it'll be 3-0. As you can see on the scoreboard, it's already 3-0. Let me just go ahead and adjust that. All right, so bend but don't break, scary to watch. Now, Demetrius, if you think that's scary to watch what comes up with their defensive line. That's the part that absolutely scares me. They have a good line, and it's early. Relax. Yep. Kaka says if Vic has lost the players, then it's time to change Vic before it all goes bad. That was what Omar Kelly tweeted today. Omar Kelly said that the guys in the locker room are saying they're not bought into this system, so not really sure what's going on. Lewis, yes, it's Tua time for sure. What else we got? Hey, Terry, how are you tonight? 400 days since our last win against a team with a winning record. I've been hearing 350. I've heard 380. A long time. Let's go ahead and put a long time. Yeah, there's a delay on my screen. Again, YouTube TV is for some reason just has a little bit of a delay. So oftentimes you'll see on the scoreboard what's going to happen before I can say it. Either that or Tom will say it. Tom likes to break the ice for us. Omar is a glass half empty kind of guy. I know Omar is that way, but if the guys are telling him that and he's reporting on it, he wouldn't put that out there unless people were talking to him. And I don't mean person, I mean people. He must have heard it from quite a few guys. Held him to 3, impressive, absolutely. What's up, Ray? How are you doing tonight? Let's see what else we got here. Jimbo, how you doing? Jimbo says, let's show them what we're made of. Absolutely. Pablo, okay. TD time. So just so you guys notice, even with the delay that I end up having here, I'm showing at this point that there's 7 minutes and 54 seconds. So they were able to take half the period to come down and score 3 points. If that's their if that is going to be their MO, just take methodically move down the field, then Miami has to, I won't say score quick, but you have to answer because you're not going to get a lot of shots tonight. Getaway Greg says it's been exactly 13 months. September 22, 2022 against the Bills is the last time since they beat up a team with a winning record. I'm actually a couple of seconds ahead of me for the first time on the game. Yeah, it happens. I mean, I don't know if they mess with it or what, but we're there. All right, so they'd be kicking winning teams. Let's see what here. Joe Commentator says, winning teams or not, defense will make it hard on offense. I agree with that. All right, 3-0. 7:54 left in the first quarter, and Eagles went, I think it was almost 73 yards to end up with the field goal. Braxton Berrios is in the end zone awaiting the kick. And let's see how this goes. If it goes out of the end zone as usual. And no return. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Here comes Raheem Mostert, Tua, Tyreek, of course. Let's see how this offense works against this defense. I'd love to see can't wait to see what kind of a scheme Mike is coming up with today. Wonder how much no huddle he'll go. So that keeps the personnel changes keep the personnel changes to Miami's favor. So Connor Williams not there, as I mentioned. So that's Eichenberg right in the middle of the field. Eichenberg is in front. I mean, Jordan Davis is right over Eichenberg's head. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 from the 25. And they jump or we jump? Let's see. Delay. How the hell do you have a delay game on your first offensive play? How do you have a delay of game on your first offensive play? Come on, guys. That's your first offensive play. You probably knew what your first play was before you even came onto the field. I'm sure Mike had already told you what it was. That's pretty dumb. All right. Here we go. So, Durham Smythe is there. I do not see Ingold in there blocking. Nice move by Raheem Mostert. No, that's Waddle in the end around. He got about 6, maybe. So that they said that was a pass. Okay, I'll take that. One play, one pass. Hit that outside on these guys. All right, so here we go. It's going to be I'd say 2nd and 5 on this thing. What are they calling it? They're calling it 2nd and 7. So Waddle only got 3 yards on the end around. Wow. All right, Tua's in a shotgun. Motion again. Play action. Good protection. And he catches, who is that? Tyreek. Nice. Good protection.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Very good protection. They didn't get near him. He had plenty of time, so I don't know if the play action held him, but they're running a zone back there, but Tyreek just finds that spot. He finds that open spot. He's so good at finding it. And then Tua just hits him in stride. All right, here we go. It's 1st and 10. He's from 1st and 10 from the 44. Inside pitch. That's going nowhere. That's Hassan Reddick, and he read that pitch to Mostert and took him down for about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Yeah, I had said this in my preview video, and I said you don't get cute, throw the play action, do stuff over the middle. I'm not really sure about these outside pitches tonight. Lots of speed. All right, so what do we have here? 2nd and 15. So obvious throw. Tyreek's in motion. He's looking for Tyreek. He's looking off, and it's just going to be a short pass. And whether or not Tyreek can break a few tackles, he maybe got 2 or 3 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 12. 3rd and long. I don't see Jalen Carter on the field, so I guess he's going to be the 3rd man rotation for Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis. I think a key here tonight might be two of the guys in their secondary are subs. All right, 3rd and 15. And Tua's in a shotgun with Raheem Mostert to his left. There's a snap, all kinds of pressure, and nothing there. Looks like Isaiah Wynn is on the ground. All kinds of pressure on that one. I mean, let me see. Jalen Carter is in the game now. Jalen Carter just completely, oh my God, he just made Isaiah Wynn his BI you-know-what. I mean, and Isaiah Wynn is on the ground. So, wow. Can't lose him. Can't lose Isaiah Wynn. Then you're going to be down another offensive lineman. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you guys have seen Jalen Carter and these guys play up front, but Jalen Carter on that play, I don't know if you saw it where they ISO'd him on that. He just abused him, just abused Isaiah Wynn. There is no way they're going to be able to block these guys one-on-one. They're going to, like somebody had said earlier, you're going to have to bring in a tight end or Ingold back there. He's on skates. He's killing him. He's killing him. And then Tua is just basically having to run out there. Wow. Calm down about what? I'm not... What do I need to calm down about? If he's okay, he's fine. But I'm talking about the play of the offensive line. And, dude, don't bother telling me to calm down. I'm excited about football. Excited about it. So, yeah. All right, so there's a snap, and the punt is off. And he went out of bounds at about the 26 or 27 yard line. Let's see where they mark it. He's still walking up. It looks like it's going to be about the 32. Let me go ahead and get this spammer out of here. I was waiting for him to come in. And spammer-lamma ding-dong. Okay, let me get him. You're done, buddy. Okay. Let's see here. Wynn will be back. He just had his ankle twisted. Very good, very good. Did you notice they got Tyndall? No, I did not notice. Tyndall was on defense or on special teams. Tom Stockel. I think I have that on here. I'm not going to play it yet because it's early, but you're absolutely right. You guys are worried about the offensive line more than we are. I think Tua might be worried about the offensive line tonight. If that was going to be any indication, now Mike will come back in and say, okay, so we can't do the dropbacks the way we want to. You're going to have these quick hits because, oh boy. Nate Dogg said, where's Nate Dogg? Where'd you go? Nate Dogg says, it's early, not a good start, but more worried about the D. Okay. Punt was atrocious. Yeah, you can't have those in big games like this. You got to do something. Total yards on first down thus far, -10. I was surprised that an end around with Jalen Waddle and a throw to Tyreek both got like 3-4 yards. I know Crossfire. I'm just an excitable boy. Just an excitable boy watching some football. Yeah, Arcadian. I haven't seen you before. Arcadian Gorilla. That punt was absolutely terrible. This game is starting to look a lot like the Buffalo game. No, not yet. Not yet. Let's see what happens. Let's see if the defense can stop the offense. Jimmy, you're right. Make them make mistakes. They almost fumbled one of the snaps to Jalen Hurts. But, okay, so it's 5:12 left in the first quarter. Something tells me they're going to come out and do it the same way they did the first series. They don't care how long it takes. Keep Miami keep that offense on the bench and watch them run. If they can do the same thing and grab 3 points, I don't think they care. I don't think if they can run 7 minutes off the clock, they care whatsoever. I think they'd be very happy going up 6-0 if that's what they ended up doing. A-Chain would have been able to take that edge for some yards. What's interesting is all of them are fast, but there is a difference in their acceleration. Okay. All right, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. That was a horrible punt after they marked it up higher. And here he is, inside handoff, and maybe 2 or 3 yards, maybe 2 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8 here. Obviously, this is their game plan. They're not going to rush. They don't care. They're just going to take time off the clock and shorten this game. All right, so let's see what they do here on 2nd and long. Probably a play action, or are they going to empty backfield, so it won't be any play action. Let's see what they do here. Got some pressure on Jalen, knocked the ball down. He was throwing and not sure who knocked it down, but they knocked it down. I'm looking at some of the guys on the screen here say there's a fumble coming up. I haven't seen it change on the screen yet, so maybe it's being challenged. Yep, I just saw it change on the screen, so the Dolphins are going to have the ball. Turnovers could definitely decide this game. Absolutely. Hey, Peter. All right, so looks like from what everybody's saying, there's a fumble coming up on here. There's Jalen Hurts. And he's scrambling around, looking for someplace, and he fumbles the ball. So the Dolphins are going to have it on about the 22-yard line. Perfect field position. So now let's see what very short field. Turnovers. But we'll let them beat themselves. Well, let's go ahead and let the Philadelphia Eagles beat themselves. Okay. Very nice. So this is what Jalen Hurts did against the Jets too. He had room to go someplace, but he didn't. He waited too long. But the defensive line gave him pressure, good pressure. Everybody was back there. Jalen Phillips, Christian Wilkins, Chubb, everybody was back there. All right. Let's see. 1st and 10 from the 23. Scoring position already. Let's make it happen. There's a pitch. Inside reverse to Tyreek. It's not maybe 2 or 3 yards maybe. This is Mike doing that shit again that I don't think I don't think this is going to work against the Eagles, but he's going to try. But they snuffed that out. Tyreek is so fast he was able to get 2 or 3 yards on his own. But 2nd and 7, that play goes for 15 or 20 against other teams. All right, so it's 2nd and 7 from about the 20. Man in motion. There's a pitch. Ooh. Reddick right in the backfield brings Raheem Mostert down immediately. Wow. So we got a pitch going to the right to Mostert with Alec Ingold lead blocking. Alec Ingold completely whiffed on the block, and their defensive end just took Raheem Mostert down the backfield. All right, so it's 3rd and 9 from the 22 or so. 2 is in an empty backfield. Going to be looking to throw here. Let's see if they double Tyreek. And here's the pass. Bad snap. Tua picked it up, and he picked off. He got Waddle. Waddle with 1st and goal.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Yeah. So I wonder if that means that Tyreek is being bottled, and they had to go with Waddle on that. Yeah, nice. Didn't like that snap by Eichenberg whatsoever. Tua made the best of it. So it's 1st and goal from about the 6 or 7. You got Alec Ingold and Raheem, and there's a handoff up the middle. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know if he was down. He's trying to push the ball, but that's going nowhere. Demetrius, that was an inside handoff that just went nowhere. I'm telling you, those refrigerators in the middle are going to make it tough. It's going to be tough going, trying to earn a living going up the middle tonight. All right, let's see what we got here. We got 3rd and goal. Is it 2nd or 3rd? Let me see. Okay, 2nd and goal. Tua rolls out to himself, and Tyreek is pretty much stuck back there. It's going to be a loss. Oof. If you can bottle up Tyreek, you're doing something. Good gosh. As fast as he is. And Tyreek, like they said, Tyreek isn't trying to... He will not go down unless you make him go down. All right, so 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal from about... They've gone backwards a little bit. It looks like they're going to be somewhere about the 11-yard line. There's a snap to Tua. A lot of pressure. Touchdown. Touchdown. But we got a flag. Freaking holding. Who? Who is Cotton? Who the hell's Cotton? I guess that's the guy who came in for Isaiah Wynn. Cotton. I don't know who you are, Cotton. Haven't seen you on before, but damn. Let me just see here. Okay, here it is.
Don't beat yourself.
So it's 1st and goal earlier at like the 2 or 3. Now it's 3rd and goal from about the 21, 22. Tua throws it's just incomplete. All right, so obviously you guys can see from the scoreboard, the Dolphins kicked the field goal, and it's 3-3. May have been a BS call, but I mean, holding. There's an old adage in football that you can call holding on every play. I guess they chose to hit him with holding. Daniel, they called holding on the new guy Cotton, who's in for Isaiah Wynn. Can we hit field goal and then restart this nonsense from scratch? Okay, it's not nonsense yet. Oh, damn, I didn't get the woosah. Not yet. All right, so Jimbo says, all right, new game. We got these guys feeling each other out. Okay. You saw that too, Raphael. I saw that Berrios was wide open across the middle, and he tried to force it to Tyreek, because Tyreek is his first read, so he's going to go with Tyreek as much as he can. Yep, Arcadian Gorilla, we spotted it. You saw it too. Berrios is wide open in the middle of the field, and Tua missed him. He didn't miss him. He didn't even try for him. He just threw it to the other guy. Miami Mac, don't worry, fam. It's going to end up being a battle like Marino and Cunningham in the 90s, 2020. Then Miami wins in overtime. All right. Pirate Radio. It's 3-3 in the first quarter. They are already competing with this team. I mean, it's 3-3. So they are competing with this team. Tyrone Davis says, don't beat yourself. Buckle down, Dolphins. No time to fall asleep. I'm just wondering, where's that comment? I got to find it. Where is that comment at? Chris, okay. Chris Wheeler says, Tua needs to learn to check off his prime receiver. Okay, this is the problem. If he's not hitting that quick release, their rush is making him hurry. And if he has to hurry and they upset the timing of McDaniel's offense, that's where the problem could end up coming from. So what I saw on both those series is when Tua had time, the touchdown that got taken away, he can do it. If they get through there, that's problematic. That's going to be problematic. This is a problem. Tom just put this up. -8 yards rushing in the first quarter. -8. This is a team that had A-Chain going, 12 yards per carry. Raheem Mostert going for 6 or 7 yards per carry. And they're -8 in the first quarter. That's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Pablo, you're right. This is the best defense we're playing in the NFC. We'll get this. Yeah, I could see that. Okay, hold on. Let me look at this button here. Did I push the wrong button? Where's the? Oh my gosh! Where the hell is my comment thing? I hope I didn't cut the comments loose. Oh, here we go. All right. Jason Sanders about to kick off. Okay, here we go. And this will probably go out of the end zone. Nice kick. Nope, he gets it at the 1. He's returning it. He's out to about the 20. He's still running. He's at about the 30. He's at the 40. Oof. Man, special teams just... yeah. So in case you guys are wondering, D. Letty, thanks for the information here. We have at Lester Cotton, 27-year-old undrafted free agent to Oakland in 2019, 6'4", 330, waived by Oakland / Las Vegas. Okay, let's see how this guy is. All right, so 1st and 10 from the 40. Nice long kickoff by Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts changing the play, handing it off, and DeAndre Swift with a couple moves. He goes for about 9 yards. So they're going to end the quarter right there. And, all right. Hey, Mark Phillips, how you doing? So, courtesy of Tom Stockwell, I got some questions for you tonight. By the way, those of you guys who won last week, I didn't get a single text message. Not a single text message from any of you guys. All right, here we go for a $25 Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, wait a minute. I'm talking this. They're still running. I don't see the end of the quarter. Yeah, it's going to be end of the quarter. I don't know if they're going to run it out. Oh, they're going to run one more play. Wide open over the middle for a first down. All right, here we go. Ready? And what you're going to have to do is just be the first one in here. George, you still didn't get yours? Let's see here. Pablo didn't get yours. I will check with them tomorrow and put it this way. If I don't, your phone number is blank. No, don't use the phone, Hannibal. Okay. You guys, don't use the phone. Do not use the phone. You have to use this number. This is the number that you text. I'm not using that phone number. That was just temporary. You want to use that number to text me if you're a winner. 786-947-7440. Do not use a phone number. This is the one you want to use. All right. So this is what you have to use. So let me just go back to that. This head coach won the 1957 NFL championship with Detroit and was hired by the Dolphins as their first head coach. Who was he? Oh, George, so you did get yours. But you said you didn't get yours. This head coach won the 1957 NFL championship with Detroit and was hired by the Dolphins as their first head coach. Who was he? Bingo. And you are definitely number one. Chuck Henley, please go ahead and text me at that number. I know it's working because I get the text as they come through. 786-947-70. Wait a minute. I'm wrong. Oh man, sorry guys. I'm an idiot. All right, so take this number down. I'll have to get a new picture. I screwed up. It's 786-947-4770. Don't know how I got that screwed up. 786-947-4770. 4770. I'll say it again. 786-947-4770. That's why you guys haven't been getting anything. Totally screwed up by me. That picture is completely wrong. I'm a doofus, and it's my fault. Completely my fault. I'm apologize. 786-947-4770. I completely screwed that up. So those of you guys who haven't gotten it yet, that's exactly why. It's my fault. I apologize. Yeah. I'm like, why isn't nobody texting me their information? I'll say the number again, just so everybody has it. 786-947-4770. I feel like a dunce here. Okay, we got a screen pass out to the tight end. He goes for about 5 or 6 yards. Dude, you guys don't even know. I feel like a complete, utter moron for that, and that is my fault. Trying to do too much here and trying to run too many things. I'm an idiot. That's me. It's on me. I'm like, why is nobody giving me their information? Why am I not getting a single text from anybody? That's why. I apologize profusely. I am a dunce. Kick me in my rear. All right. Now we got that straight. 2nd and 6 from about the 45. Jalen Hurts throws it. Looks like it's a complete pass to A.J. Brown, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 or 2. I can't apologize enough because that's my mistake. I am a complete moron for doing that. Please bear with me. I'm trying to handle spam and deal with people and everything else, and that's my fault. I'm mea culpa completely. I will be the first person to say that. All right, 3rd and 1. I'm surprised we're not seeing the tush push. That's interesting. They may be saving it for 4th down, so they may take a shot here and then go with the tush push afterwards. So we're going to see the tush push right here. It's going to be 4th and 1. Here comes the tush push. The brotherly shove. Here comes the tush push. And we got a penalty. Vipey, there are a lot of people in here who have received theirs, completely got it, sent it. You can just go through the different names. D. Letty's in here. He's got it. I don't BS. I made a mistake. So you go ahead and save that, bro. That ain't me. That might be some other guys, but that's not how I roll. So I made a mistake. That's a big difference. All right, so we have offsides. Is it offsides on the Dolphins? What are they going to call here? Yeah. So the Dolphins tried to do something here. All right, Vipey. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about me. My bad. All right, so we got another penalty. I don't know what's going on with my chair right here. I'm going to fix my chair again. All right, so that's an easy way to get a first down. The easy way to get a first down is just to have the Dolphins go off sides. That makes things easy. Jeez. Thank you, D. Letty, for confirming that. Yes, people do win. People do win. You do get your stuff. But now I know why a couple of you guys didn't, because I put up the wrong damn number. So the Dolphins obviously practiced how they could beat this tush push. You can't beat it by going off sides. Man, they're just so powerful. Look at that. Look at that. I saw Tua did his press conference last week. He did the press conference, and he was like, how strong Jalen Hurts is. So you got a guy who's playing quarterback. He's not as big as Josh Allen. He's not as big as Trevor Lawrence, but the dude squats like 650 pounds. I don't know if you guys ever work out or if you ever do squats, but if you're pushing 650 pounds on a 200-pound frame, you're strong as a bull. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the 36, 37. That's got to be a flag. No flag? He's going deep. Well, he threw that. I thought the left tackle jumped. Jason Kelsey is the center, and Hannibal Rector says he listened to Jason Kelsey. He said he talked about he always puts two hands down and set for the tush push. Yeah, you got to be on all fours at that point. You got to be ready for that. That's man-on-man battle right there. That's me saying I'm going to put your you-know-what where. Jimbo, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to put it right there, buddy. All right, here we go. It's 2nd and 10. They're blitzing. You got it. Oh, almost picked. Wait a minute. We got a penalty. There's going to be a personal foul on. Looks like they. Let's see what kind of hit this was on. Personal foul on roughing the passer. Let's see if he really does hit him. Rewind that. Let's see that. Christian Wilkins just gave up 15 yards. That was close. That was close. I don't think that one was a penalty. I mean, I'm a big guy. I understand. I saw one today. I mean, let's see. One. Oh, no, man. Come on. How's he supposed to stop at that point? That's BS. But in any event, it's 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff up the middle. Swift's going to get nothing on that. Yeah, that was Bush League. I saw a game earlier today where they called the defensive tackle for putting his body weight on the guy. I'm like, how are you supposed to tackle someone if you can't put your body weight on them? It doesn't make any sense. So you're going to get guys hurt because they're going to be looking to, whip you around. All right, so it's 2nd and 9. As you can see on the scoreboard, I'm a little bit behind here. And here's a pass to inside screen to Dallas Goedert, and that's going to be a touchdown. And Eli Apple looked like a tackling dummy on that play. Eli Apple got run into the end zone. I don't think that was Eli Apple. I'm sorry. That was Deshaun Elliott, number 21. I mean, I don't really blame him. He had to take on a 6'7", 300-pound guy all by himself. He's not going to win that. I mean, look at that. He's out there. Boom. Yeah, he had no chance. No chance he's going to get run over by that guy. And he did. Deshaun Elliott didn't have a shot. Didn't have a shot. Wow. All right, 10-3. So far, two bogus calls against Miami. The refs are going to decide this game. You know what the thing is? My coach used to tell me all the time, don't put yourself in a position where they can decide the game. If you run, let's see how many runs and how many passes the Dolphins have run this far, both on offense and defense. Don't put them in a position to do that to you. But George said he looked like a crash test. At first when I saw it, I go, dude, you got your butt kicked. But then I realized you're what? What's Deshaun Elliott? 5'11", maybe 6 foot, 180, 190 pounds, and this guy coming out is 6'6", 340 pounds. No shot whatsoever. Barry, I wouldn't say that. I did mean they weren't set on the play. Hopefully you'll see. Yeah, that's okay. I don't get mad, man. Well, we know now that who the refs are rooting for. Again, don't put yourself in take it this way. So the refs are calling a strict game. We see that. And Christian Wilkins, it was after the pass. Understand in your mind, they're not going to let you touch this quarterback. So do what you need to do and don't take that step. That's all. I was a center, so that's why I like the big guys in the middle. I was a center. I did play nose guard for a bit, but I was mainly a center. Nope, no relation to him at all. You see his skin color? That dude's like a lot darker than I am. What's he say? I can't forget my family here. I checked in to add a like. I'm watching the game with a few friends. Okay, very cool. As you say.
Come on, show some love and click that like button.
Mark, that's exactly what I said earlier. Eagles don't care. Eagles say, hey, listen, we'll go ahead and just take our methodical time, take time off the clock. We're 11:25 before halftime. The Dolphins barely have had the ball. That's their game plan. So if they can come back, if they can stop the Dolphins and then they can take another 7 or 8 minutes off the clock and score again, they're really going to be happy with that. Is Fangio overrated? I bet you if you ask Eli Apple, he's probably thinking that. What's in that Burger King cup? Believe it or not, I don't know if you can see. It's water with a little, hold on, let me move the thing. Water with a little bit of Gatorade. So I can get a little bit of energy without being crazy up in here. Offensive line has to step it up, or else this will be like a python constricting its prey. Either that, or let's see if Mike McDaniel can change things up. Right now, if you know, you can't. And again, I said this in my preview video. I said the worst thing for the Dolphins if they can't run and can't pass. All right, Braxton Berrios is at full speed. Oh, he takes it out. Good run out to the 34-yard line. All right, so hold on. They're doing injury update. Isaiah Wynn is still not playing. And Jalen Waddle says his back hurts. Watch for that. All right, so Waddle says his back hurts, but he's still playing. Isaiah Wynn is still in the locker room. I hope Waddle's is going to be okay. Inside run. Salvan Ahmed that time. Nope. Nothing. If this becomes a one-dimensional game, it's going to be a problem. And right now, they can't move these, as I said, refrigerators with sneakers. They're not even moving them. I mean, look at that. There's just no push whatsoever. All right, so it's 8 yards rushing in the first quarter, which Tom Stockwell already told us. Tyreek's in motion. Look for the ball to go to Tyreek. There it is. Bam! It almost got picked. He caught it, but oh my God, what a dangerous pass by Tua. All right, 3rd and 3. Tua was throwing that no matter what, and that was close to being a pick six. Tyreek with great confidence. Look at this. Oh my God, that was close to being a pick six. All right. So let's hear 3rd and 3. And is Raheem going to get the ball here? Got Berrios in motion, turns around. He's back to pass. And Tua, nothing. Darius Slay. Ooh, that was quick. 3 and out. Wow. Sean Desai, the defensive coordinator. Was that pass interference? I don't know. Let's see if they show it. For some reason, they're not showing the replay. Don't know if he reached around. But this isn't good, guys. GTO says, I'm taking my chair to the ledge. Don't do it, bro. We're still here. Don't go. Wow. I didn't see a replay. It looked touch and go. That could have been pass interference. I haven't seen the replay as of yet. Everybody is saying that pass was perfect. All over him, no call. The punter is either too short or too long. Why? How in the world did the Jets beat this team? Because the Jets... And I know a lot of people have been talking shit about the Jets because they're not with Aaron Rodgers. The Jets defense is even better than this defense. The Jets defense is just, you'll see, they can't score for shit. That's the one thing they can't do. Zach Wilson isn't getting any points, but their defense is sick, absolutely sick. This game is going to prove, where did I go with that? This game is going to prove everyone right that we can't beat good teams. It's still the second quarter. We know that Tyreek and Tua can hit a play and score in 10 seconds. But the problem here is that there's 9:59 left in the second, and the Eagles don't care if they hold the ball for the next 9 minutes. They don't care. And so unless this defense can stop them and get a 3 and out, they're going to just keep running the ball and just keep pushing things down and to see how much time they can, take off the clock. Yeah. Yeah, Vipey, the Jets have one serious defense, that's for sure. Excuse me. Michael Southern, at this point, the Eagle defensive line has made the Dolphins non-dimensional, so not even with the pass. Dizzy 911 says, yeah, dial 911, no running game, nothing. At this point, I don't know if this offensive line if Mike can commit to just passing with this offensive line, because these guys up front are just complete beasts. So this was my biggest fear. My biggest fear was, and I said it in the video, not giving Tua time to throw and not being able to run. That's a recipe for disaster. If you can't do either, if you could do one, then go with it. But if you can't protect Tua and you can't run the ball, that's a problem. McDaniel has to run outside. Well, they've been trying to run outside, and even with Tyreek, 2-3 yards. All right, here we go. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Inside handoff, and good stop. Who's that? The two guys up front. Good stop. Very good. Very good. So Chris Collinsworth is talking, and he's saying the Eagles are trying this or trying that. No, they're not. They're shortening the game. They don't want to get into a track meet with the Dolphins, and they don't care if it's 10-3 at the half. Just run the clock. So it's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They got nothing on that play. Look how long he's taking to snap the ball. Got a blitz, and to A.J. Brown. Look at that shit tackling. Tackling. So if you're gonna give up these short passes, at least tackle. A.J. Brown's slow to get up. He got who is that? Eli Apple on him that time, and then boom, nice stick by Deshaun Elliott. Nice stick by Deshaun Elliott, came in there late. All right, so missed tackles once again. So it's 1st and 10. And there's a handoff right up the middle. Goes for about 3 or 4. Mark says this one's going to be a nail biter. I believe Miami will pull it off in the 4th quarter. Okay. Apple and Chubb were the ones who hit A.J. Brown and Elliott at the end there. So they're just, again, watch the clock here. 7:59. They don't care. This is what Sirianni wants to do. Obviously, he just wants to take the time off the clock. Look how long Jalen Hurts is taking to get the play snapped. Just taking his time. Very methodical. Back to pass. Look, quick short pass. And that's to Julio Jones for about a 2-yard gain maybe. They're going to call it 3 on television, so 3rd down. Julio Jones with his first reception as the Philadelphia Eagles. He got signed. I told people he'd be on the field just as a big body. Let's see what happens here. All right, so it's 3rd and 4. Let's see what happens here. Dolphins look like they're bringing pressure. Jalen Hurts sees it, changes the play, looking to throw it. Can't throw it. There he goes. He's running. He's going to make the 1st down. Oh. So that's first down and a flag. And Ginkle ran him down. Whew. What are they going to call this on the holding on defense on Eli Apple. Tom Stockwell ran a stat for us here. Thank you, Tom. 4 penalties, 35 yards, only 36 yards of offense at 6 minutes left in the first half. 30. That's usually one play. But this is what I had a problem with too. I mean, Jalen Hurts is such a mobile guy. He just made that look easy. All right, so it's first and 10 from about I'm going to call this the 46 rather. Inside handoff. Not going to do anything. Jerome Baker was the first one to him. So it's going to be 2nd and 11 maybe, 2nd and 10. All right, come on, guys. Let's see. We're getting blitzes today. Both of these guys are doing run blitzes. Nice play by Jerome Baker, who stopped that run. Very nice. All right, so it's 2nd and 9. Hurts is back to pass. He's looking deep. Big body. Which one is it? That was Devontae Smith went up and got that for about a 15-yard line. 15-yard catch. This is very methodical. Very, very, very methodical here. Just, they're not looking for big plays. They're taking just quick passes, turnaround, just running hooks in terms of their passes. Nobody's really running. They're not running fly routes or anything. They're just being very methodical. 5 minutes left in the second right now. Here's a handoff. You're just going to go off to the right side. He gets stopped for about 1 or 2, and you just keep running the clock. Somebody said that McDaniel's looking confused and was like, yeah, he's thinking about another cute spin throw for 2 yards. This is brawn against speed, and right thus far, I'm not going to say winning, but I can say the Philadelphia Eagles are out muscling the Dolphins at this point, out toughing them. I won't say winning. They're beating on them, and this doesn't bode well for the fourth quarter. All right, so 2nd and 9. A weird kind of play action pass. I don't know how Devontae Smith held on to that pass, but so that should have been an interception. That wasn't anything from the refs. Bradley Chubb got to him. If you notice, Bradley Chubb was hanging all over Jalen Hurts. Remember I said he squats 650 pounds? He couldn't bring him down. All right, so it's 3rd and, what do they call it, 3rd and 8? 4 minutes left, clock still running. And they just run with an inside handoff. So they're not, 3rd and 8, and they didn't even try to throw a pass. They want to get a field goal and get out of here at halftime. 4th down, it's going to be 4th and 3 or 4. Are they really going to go for it on 4th down? You got to be kidding me. I mean, some of you guys might be ahead of me, but you got to be kidding me. Are they really going to show the Dolphins no kind of respect here and go for it on 4th and 5? 4th and 4 and you're going for it? No way. Yeah, I guess they're going to go for it. Hurts is scrambling around. Chubb is on him. Oh my goodness, he throws it deep. Touchdown. Wow. This is insane. Yeah, it is. Wow, this is a bit much. I mean, who's he dragging? He's not in. But you know it's coming. You know it's coming right here. It's going to be 1st and goal at the half-yard line. They're bringing the tush push. Wow. Tush push all the way coming up right now. And 34. Who's 34? He just got dragged. Nickerson, who this guy is. All right, so somebody said it, and you're right. At this point, it's just you got four plays to go, and yes, they are just going to be able to just keep running the clock. No hurry whatsoever. He was dragging Chubb. I told you his leg, he was so strong. I told you he was that strong. Here we go with the tush push for sure. This play cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped. That play. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I hate this defense. Dolphins defense should not have any respect. They just showed them no respect. It was 4th and 5. 4th and 5, and they're like, yeah, we're going to go for it. What? 4th and 5 against the number 1 rated offensive team? Yeah, we're going to go for it. And wow. This is very hard to watch. I understand some of you guys. And at this point, Fangio, you had an entire week to get ready. You knew this tush push thing was going to happen. There was no doubt if they had the chance, they were going to do the rugby scrum and do the brotherly shove up your butt. And now you got 3 minutes to work with. Oh, wow. Raphael, you're asking me a question. Is the defense last year better than this year? Yeah, and I'm sick of him. I am sick of him telling people that he doesn't have the players. I'm sick of Vic Fangio. I don't got the guys. You're pissing the guys off that you do have. Let me ask you a question. From what you've seen, how much of a difference, and I mean this honestly, how much of a difference is Jalen Ramsey going to make? How much of a difference if you had Jalen and X in the game today? They're not throwing up and down the field. They're not looking to just make long bombs. They're just running up your butt. They're just manhandling you up front. They're making you their BI you know what. So people are like, oh, don't worry, we get Jalen Ramsey back, everything will be fine. Tell me how Jalen Ramsey helps with the muscle game when teams decide, you know what, I think we can rough up the Miami Dolphins. Demetrius, what did Demetrius say here? Tom Stockwell, hey Tom, Dolphins won't match up with Kansas City either. Their defense has improved. Kansas City, I'm going to bring up another topic for you. I want you guys to dwell on this. How are we going to do against the Patriots defense? I don't know if you saw that defense today and what they did to Josh Allen. They've turned into some kind of monster in New England. I don't know what they're doing up there and how they've got their defense acting the way it's acting, but they're not going to be a pushover on defense. Going to have to score. Remember last time we played them, just got by them, and they've had, and now I'm just saying. Keep talking. I'm on the floor in the fetal position. Joe Sanchez says, like, we cannot beat the big teams. And when I say big teams, I'm not saying big teams in terms of rankings. I'm talking about big teams. I'm looking at a team that's, I mean, if you look up the stats on Jalen Carter, Fletcher Cox, and Jordan Davis up front, I'm talking big teams. I'm talking about an offensive line that comes out the locker room and says, I want to put your XYZ in the dirt. I'm going to manhandle you. So what we're seeing is speed versus brawn, and brawn is wow. Braun is looking brawny. Hurts getting his revenge for losing his job to Tua at Alabama. He's not really doing much. Again, he's not. These guys aren't looking for long passes and stuff. They're just. Let's see if the Dolphins, you got 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. You've got all 3 timeouts. If Mike McDaniel's got some tricks up his sleeve, this is where you're going to have to deal it, bro. What's up, Joseph? Haven't seen you earlier. Joseph says it's sad that every time we play a Super Bowl quality team, reality sets in. Yeah. So definitely need a score here. Nate Dogg, you're absolutely right. Need a score here. Tom said it's not even competitive at this point. They're just being manhandled, completely manhandled at this point. I think I broke my chair. My chair is like, hey Barry, you're putting too much weight on this thing. It's not working. I gotta go here for a second. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the 25. Let's see what's wrong with my chair. Quick pass out to Tyreek. Goes for about 5 or 6 yards. Uh-oh. They pulled Jalen. They pulled Jalen Waddle. He's out on the sidelines. He's done probably. He's walking badly. They had to take him to the locker room. So this is going to be all on Tyreek at this point. They just showed him walking into the locker room. Didn't look good. Wow. I may not live long enough to see another Super Bowl. It's early. It's early in the season. Yeah, Waddle is hurt. And he's in the locker room. And the way he was walking, having had a back injury, it didn't look good. Those things don't get fixed at halftime. What is it? We can't beat teams with winning records. Whatever you say, don't say that on Twitter, because people say you're being a hater and everything else. Oh, he got stepped on. But you can see, so it's 3:05. So Fletcher Cox walks off. No big deal. They'll bring in Jalen Carter right behind him. Okay, here we go. Yeah, they're looking at Jordan Davis, and these guys are just, Jalen Carter, just massive humans. All right, so it's 2nd and 6. Tua is under center. Tyreek's in motion. Tyreek's going to try and throw it. Tyreek's going to get eaten up. Did you guys see my video? Did you see my video and what I said in it? I said in the video, don't do the trick plays. If you're resorting to trick plays already, this is nuts. Oh, we got Austin Jackson throwing blows. Oh my God. Offsetting personal fouls. Kiss your sister. Keep going. Yeah, if they're losing control here, I mean, you don't have enough time to be cute against this defense. They're too strong and too fast. Looking for what Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to tell you about Stephen. Let me write down. So I'm going to tell you about Stephen A. Smith in a little bit. When we go to halftime, I got to write that down so I don't forget about Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to tell you something about that. All right, so we've got 3rd and 13. Tua is an empty backfield. We got the offensive line moving. See what they're going to call this one on. Yep, false start. They're just completely falling apart at this point. Completely falling apart. So this is going to be 3rd. Same, it's on that new guy, Cotton again. Poor guy. I mean, you haven't played at all, and you got to step out there against the Philadelphia Eagles defense. So it's 3rd and 18 right now. Let's see here. All right. And Tua is back to pass. He's got plenty of time. He caught it, but he only got 1 foot down. He got both feet. Cedric Wilson with a beautiful catch. Beautiful catch. Big first down. Needed that.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Nice catch. Nice footwork. Very nice. Right at the 2-minute warning. Let's see here. Big first down. Okay, I may have spoken too early. What a catch by Cedric Wilson. They need to score here. Absolutely need to score here, even if it's a field goal. Remember, the Dolphins kicked off, so they get the ball back at the second half. So the offense will be on the field coming out of the locker room. Hopefully Mike can make some adjustments. They are on the road tonight. This is the NFL, and they will be fine. He may have just saved our season. Reminder: we don't have Armstead, Connor Williams, Devon Achane, Jalen Ramsey, and Xavier Howard. Yes, I don't think everybody forgot that. On the other hand, they are missing some people too. So, when people say so-and-so is missing, it is what it is. But tell me how any of those guys you just mentioned, except for maybe Devon Achane with his acceleration, would be changing this game as it is right now. Jalen Ramsey, I spoke of earlier, X-Man, they're secondary people. What we're seeing is the Dolphins getting beat up on the line of scrimmage. And so Teron Armstead could definitely help with that. But, yes, games still have to be played, absolutely. Replace cotton with polyester. Way to go, Tom. It's Pablo, what you're saying here. Pablo says, where'd that go? Very, very, very. Put out an Amber Alert for Chase. Yeah, why is he not in the game? They haven't even tried him. You're absolutely right. We've seen Berrios, and it looks like the third guy up is going to be Wilson. So if Waddle is gone, so it's going to be Tyreek, Berrios, Wilson. I guess they're using Claypool as number 4 tonight. The Eagles aren't running on us. Just the tush push has hurt us. Just the tush push? Yeah, that's what they're known for, and they're doing it very, very well. Don't like McDaniel's play calling. I wonder how many of the plays tonight Tua has changed. You remember they've been saying he's had a freedom to change some plays. I wonder if he's been changing some of the plays. I just want this game to be respectable. Otherwise, the media is going to eat us. All right, so let's see if they can put it in the end zone in this next 2 minutes. I want to know how they're bottling up Tyreek. Tua's back to pass. He's got Berrios out in the flat. Nice move. Nice 6 or 7 yard gain there. Nice move to get the extra yards. All right, so it's going to be second and 3. Not taking a timeout here. Just going to let it run. What, Mike? The clock is running, Mike. All right, so Tyreek's out, split out left, but he doesn't seem like I don't know what they're doing. I have to watch the film. All right, Tyreek's back there. He got the Tyreek over the middle, and they took him down. All right, 15-yard gain, 1st and 10. Mike, you got 3 timeouts. Why are you not using any of them? I don't get it. It's 1st and 10. The clock is just running. Why is he not using timeouts? You got plenty. You got 3 of them to burn. And who's that to? Jeff Wilson for his first action of the game. He gets about 3 or 4 in that. Nice pass by Tua. I'm not sure why. So Mike McDaniel just called the timeout now. So it's going to be 44 seconds left. Let's see. Tua is 5 for 5 for 59 yards and a half so far. Wow. All right. So let's see what happens here. Tua got eaten up brought down again. Nolan Smith from Georgia. 3rd down sack. Wow. Mike doesn't look comfortable on the sideline. You guys watching him? He doesn't look comfortable whatsoever. Let's see who they brought. They brought the pressure in. Oh, they whiffed on him. Nobody even blocked the guy. That wasn't Eichenberg. That was Kendall Lamb. I mean, nobody blocked him. How do you not block somebody rushing? Man. As you can see, the scoreboard changed, and Dolphins have scored. They scored before. Okay, here we go. Let's see what it is. I'm a little bit behind. 6 seconds behind, obviously. All right, so let's see the pass. Everyone says Tyreek makes this touchdown. Okay, 3rd and 8. And let's see what Tyreek. Nice pass. Nice catch by Tyreek Hill. Nice catch.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Nick Sirianni is going to be kicking himself as to why he left the cornerback one-on-one with Tyreek Hill. If you leave somebody one-on-one with Tyreek Hill, you will end up getting burned. And that's exactly what happened. The safety was too late getting over there, and Tyreek burned him. Absolutely burned him. Nice play. All right, so remember, the Dolphins get the ball coming out of the second half. The Dolphins kicked off, so they will get the ball coming out of the second half. What you're saying, Big Q, Tyreek celebrating being caught fish? Okay, caught fish. Yep, that's what definitely everybody needed going into the locker room. It makes it more than respectable. That makes it a game, a competitive game again. Yep, that was a solid throw by Tua. Had plenty of time. Perfect. Let's see, our offense underperformed this half. Our defense did better than usual. They forced a turnover. Tom Stockel's got a stat for you guys here. Time of possession. 10 minutes for the Dolphins and 20 minutes for the Eagles. That's their game plan. Keep these guys off the field because, as you can see, they can score. Just don't give them the damn ball. I'm sure Nick Sirianni is pissed right now because I had you guys shut out until 39 seconds left, and you got burned. Actually got burned. Yeah, that was a great throw by Tua. They can. What's Polo saying here? They can move the ball for sure. They can't stop them from moving the ball. That's pretty much been the thing of the season, hasn't it? This defense. So let's see what Vic Fangio goes into the locker room and comes up with his. Well, there's not really a lot for Vic Fangio to adjust. They're not doing anything. They're just taking their time, getting a few yards here, getting some short passes, tush push for a first down, tush push for a touchdown. So they're not really doing a lot. Maybe some more pressure on Jalen Hurts. Maybe that's what we got to look at. I'm not sure. Seems like this is a game where we'll have to lean on Tua in the passing game. What do you think? At this point, that may be the adjustment Mike is going to have to go in there with and just cut loose and let's just try and score as many points as we can and just throw the damn ball. I think they also caught the Eagles napping on that. I think the Eagles thought they were going to try something else because there's no way you would put Tyreek one-on-one with somebody, and they put somebody one-on-one. This will opening the running game? Maybe. So it's going to go into half here. The score right now, I'm sorry, Marco, the score is 17-10 Philadelphia at this point. Captain Swole, yeah, that's what I had said yesterday. No razzle-dazzle, just drop back and pass the ball. They can't cover Tyreek. Just keep taking shots at Tyreek. Not having Waddle sucks, but I'll tell you what, that big play to Cedric Wilson saved the drive, got the touchdown. All right, Jalen, you guys were saying Jalen got sacked, but I think they pretty much at this point. Oh, I'm going to tell you about Stephen A. Smith right after we give out the second quarter prize. But I'll tell you about that. All right, so everyone says this is a sack here. Jalen Phillips, and they're going to... So right now, I would think at this point that he just kneels down. Okay. All right, 7, Claypool. Claypool is active. I haven't even seen him on the field as of yet, so I'm not sure what they're doing with him. But, all right, take it to locker room 17-10. I'm going to give out another gift certificate, and then we're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith. So let me do this. All right. Again, please write this down first. Text me to 786-947-4770. 786-947-4770. That's the text, whoever wins here. So now I got to go back to one of Tom's questions. Number 2. In 1999, the Miami Dolphins had their last road playoff game. Wow, that long? 24 years? It was against an AFC West team. Who did they defeat in 1999 on the road? Okay. Let's see what you guys got going. Oh, thanks, Raphael, for putting that in there. 1999, the Dolphins had their last. Nope, not San Diego. Who was the AFC West? Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't even know if the Jacksonville Jaguars were around in 1999. Colts. Nope. Chargers. Indy. Oh, there we go. We got somebody here. Wait a minute. Win by TKO has got it. Seattle Seahawks were the team that beat them. No, who the Dolphins beat in 1999, their last road playoff game. Now remember, somebody put the number in here, but that number again to send me your information: 786-947-4770. Just go ahead and text me your name and your email, and I'll get back to you with all the information, the confirmation stuff we need. And again, I used to have a graphic, but the graphic was wrong, so I got to fix that. So I told you guys I was going to talk about Stephen A. Smith. Let's talk about Stephen A. Smith. So I'm sure you guys saw the dust up that happened this week with him saying Tua only throws 2-yard passes, which now we've got more ammunition. It's not just 2-yard passes Tua throws. He can throw touchdowns. And then you had Tyreek jump out there and say, basically defend his quarterback, which you would expect him to do. But many of the QAnon people decided they were going to attack Stephen A. Smith. And they were going to talk crap about Stephen A. Smith. And he made a video, and I'm not sure, I'm gonna do a video about it probably tomorrow or Tuesday. He did a video about it, replying to what Tyreek said, and then he also said some things about the, quote, trolls, being the QAnon people. One of the things I learned a long time ago in my entertainment business when I was promoting concerts is, 1, you don't fight City Hall. 2, you don't fight anybody who buys ink by the barrel. And that's an old saying. You don't fight anybody who buys ink by the barrel, meaning the media, the press. I don't care if you think you have a Twitter account strong enough to go after Stephen A. Smith, and you can collectively get the Beehive to go out there and talk shit about Stephen A. Smith and call him a clown and everything else you want to, because the guy is one of the biggest media people out there. You can call him what you want, but he still has a massive audience. Not just on Twitter, not just on ESPN, his own show. He has a huge audience. At the end of his last video, and I don't know if you guys saw it, I called it, and I had a couple of friends of mine look at it. It was almost like he had a veiled threat. And that veiled threat, you have to see it. I'll show you guys tomorrow. If the Dolphins lose tonight and look like crap and continue to look like crap, I'm going to call it right now. It is October 21st. He is going to annihilate Mike McDaniel, Tua, and Tyreek. I'm just saying, just prepare yourself. Oh, it doesn't matter what he says. Well, if it doesn't matter what he says, no big deal. But after the interview we heard with Tua and the guy from NBC, where he was talking about he didn't even want to laugh at Mike McDaniel's jokes because he felt, that's how fragile he felt. Can you imagine Stephen A. Smith putting him in his crosshairs? And trust me, if you see this video that Stephen A. put out, you guys are all going to say probably it doesn't really matter. He's a clown. Watch what he does. They've pissed him off, and watch what he does. That's all I'm going to say. He's going to get down there with Shannon Sharp. They're going to say whatever they can. If you give them the ammunition, first, before they scored this touchdown, they were giving him ammunition tomorrow to go on the air and basically destroy the Miami Dolphins. It's respectable. It's 17-10. May not happen yet, but I tell you, he's going to be looking for a reason. Ask Max Kellerman what a great guy Smith is. Yeah, you piss him off, he's going to go nuts, and he has 5 days a week a show, and the show repeats twice a day, and he can say whatever he wants. Nobody seems to stop him. Even ESPN doesn't stop him. The NFL doesn't stop him. He can say whatever he wants, and I guarantee you they pissed him off. Mike L. says he is a clown, and everyone knows it. There's enough pros killing Stephen A. with facts. I wouldn't say everyone knows it. Maybe a lot of Dolphins fans know it, but his audience is big. That's why I keep telling some of these guys on Twitter, you're picking fights with people who just are pretty much agnostic. You can't hurt them. The guy makes $15 million a year, and he can say whatever he wants, and he buys ink by the barrel, per se. So, yeah, if it bleeds, it leads. If you give him the reason, he's going to say it. Tua was in the crosshairs for 3 years, came through it fine. No, he didn't come through it fine. If you saw the interview, there was a lot of scars there. A lot of scars that I'm sure he doesn't want to revisit. I'm sure Mike McDaniel doesn't want to have him revisit. So something tells me I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Stephen A. is only critiquing what he sees. Miami's a mess. They haven't beat a ranked team yet. They are undefeated against unranked teams, and I like Miami. I'm just saying. Let's see here. That roughing the passer penalty was a joke, led directly to an Eagles TD. Most people won't remember that tomorrow. People who aren't watching the game don't see that. They're going to be looking at the score. Dan Pilarski, Stephen A. Smith is an entertainer. Always looking to stir the pot. Yep, absolutely. So what's the wifey making tonight? It's already been made. I had dinner before I got on, and she did that Boston pork butt thing again, and then like I mentioned last time, she does a crust where it's called the bark, where she puts it in a broiler and just makes it crisp. And she made it last week, and I said, please make that again. That's just the best. So we had Boston butt for dinner, along with salad and some, I believe it was green beans, fresh green beans, not the kind you buy in a can. She does her old Chef Ramsay thing. She ain't buying shit from the can. It's got to be snapped and cut and everything else. So that was good. Will Arnett, yeah, that was a good game. So what do you guys think about Caleb Williams? Is he in trouble? Is Caleb Williams going to be in trouble? And I don't know if you guys had seen it, but Emmanuel Acho was talking about that he should sit out the rest of the year, not play anymore. There's nothing he can do. He's going to be the first player in the draft. Why risk anything? I'm like, why risk anything? Don't get hurt, man. I don't like quitters. I don't like quitters at any level. Don't quit. I don't know who Steve Smith is, but he is welcome to have a beer and watch a Finns game with me. Let's see. Demetrius says, I can't read that. I'm a fan of Stephen A. I don't always agree with him. What I will say is that we need to be less concerned about what he says, more concerned about winning meaningful games. I completely concur. It only affects the naysayers, the people who want to feed into what he says, which is probably everybody who's not a Dolphins fan. And the one thing with it is the influence he has over the people who come on his show. Don't think for an instant that entire thing with Dan Orlovsky wasn't pre-planned. Don't think for an instant that Dan Orlovsky decided to go on First Take and wanted to go toe-to-toe with Stephen A. Smith. It didn't happen. I'm telling you, that whole thing was choreographed, and they knew exactly what they were going to do when they did it. So let me know what you guys think today about the Boston. But it wasn't Brady the Boston, but what you guys thought about the Bills game today? Because, man, the thing that got me, as I get ready to adjust this broken chair again that I'm going to have to replace, the thing that got me was that they scored to go ahead with, a minute left, and they let Mac Jones go all the way down the field on them and score. So that tells me that either the Patriots have gotten better or the Bills have gotten worse. One of the two. One of those two things happened. Obviously, Mac Jones looked a lot better than he's had thus far in the season. But the Patriots' defense is what really, really caught my eye. Was the way their defense was playing. So, let's see what you guys think. What do you guys think about yeah, they were really missing Matt Milano. Is he out for the season? Chris Wheeler, good question. Why do people waste their time watching sports talk shows? Entertainment? Let me ask you a question. Why do people waste their time watching wrestling? I mean, I remember wrestling when I was a kid with the Iranian guy and what's the big guy, Andre the Giant. And here we are years later, 40, 50 years later. The Iron Sheik was the guy back then. And people are just, throngs go to see wrestling. Why do people go see wrestling? They know it's fake. They know it's choreographed. They know that everything Vince McMahon does is basically just to promote, but they go. So Stephen A. Smith is basically the WWE on ESPN. Do you think, Joshua Loga, do you think that the Dolphins may have a chance of winning? Dude, it's only 17-10. Of course they have a chance. Of course. Remember, they get the ball coming out of the half, so good shot. See, Tom, you're making us look old. Dusty Rhodes and Abdullah the Butcher. Yeah, that was something. Oh, Ric Flair. Ric Flair's still around. Woo! Got the alligator shoes, walking, beard looking clean, talking. Woo! I can't even do it, but he used to spit it. It was pretty good. Well, the narrative is good not to follow when the sports people say. Yeah, absolutely. But you'd be amazed how many people listen to that crap. Blackjack Mulligan, Barry Windham, and what was his name? Ole Anderson. Yes, I remember him. Brett Dodger says, I don't and have never listened to what the network talking heads are say. But somehow millions of people do. So there's a lot of cattle out there. A lot of cattle that just follow along and do it. Oh, this is the comment of the night. What? Wrestling is fake? I remember back in high school, we were going to go see a wrestling match in the Hartford Civic Center. And and guys were talking, seeing some guys like in a bar and stuff. And like, what athletes? I'm like, dude, this is some fake shit. We're just going to have fun. That's the only reason we're going. Oh, God. All right, here we go. Let's see if the Dolphins can get things going. And here's the kick. So let's see if Waddle makes it back on the field. Barrios is bringing the ball. Nice run back to about the 26, 27. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Yeah, Barrios, Viper, you're right. Barrios does take some big hits. He's tough kid. Tough kid out of Miami, for sure. Might be fake, but they'll still kick your ass. Absolutely, they would. All right, so let's see what Mike's adjustments on offense are. Is he going to abandon the run? Let's see here. First play of the second half, and Tyreek is on the bench. That's interesting. So they're going to try and run the ball. And there's a handoff pitch to Mostert, and he gets maybe 1.5. Reddick just basically picked him up and threw him back. The British Bulldogs, yes, I do remember them. They were. All right, so now it's going to be 2nd and 8 after basically nothing on there. Let's see what we do here. Is that Tyreek or is that Wilson? Tua is under center. Tyreek goes in motion to the top of the screen. They're going to throw it to, nice pass. Tyreek Hill. Nice. Very, very nice.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Very nice in route, the in breaking route there. Tyreek just plants his foot and boom. He knows exactly where to go with it. Good protection on that play. Very good protection. All right, so it's 1st down. 1st and 10 from about the 45. And got some sort of reverse going with Mostert again. That's going nowhere. But Mostert broke it open. Yeah, it didn't look like that was going to get any yardage, and it gets 7 or 8 yards. Chris Collinworth is saying that at this point they're going to have to rely on gimmicks. This should have been stopped for a loss. And again, that bad tackling thing I mentioned earlier, it's not just the Dolphins. That's what I was saying earlier. It's not just the Dolphins. It's a malaise throughout the NFL. All right, so 2nd and 3. And inside handoff to Mostert. Mostert breaks it. Again, see the bad tackling? It's not just the Miami Dolphins. It's the Philadelphia Eagles, too. Mostert gets a 1st down on that play.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Nice run. You know what Rector said? Those guys up front are bears, basically. I mean, bear hugged Mostert and made him like a little toddler. I mean, they're huge. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from looks like about the 46, 44. Play action. Tua was looking to pass, and he had to dump it off and stopped it. He looked deep, checked it down to Salvin Ahmed, and they stopped that very quick. So it's going to be 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. Tom Stockel, I believe you are absolutely correct. I believe that is where things are going. There's an article by Troy Vincent from the NFLPA who states that very fact is they want to move this to flag football. All right, so 2nd and 10. Looks like Tua is changing the play. Tyreek goes out in motion. Quick throw out to Tyreek out in space. Man, that guy's fast. Didn't look like anything was there. We got a flag. Okay, here we got here. Got holding on the Dolphins. Gonna pull it back. Let's see who was on. 89. Who the hell is 89? Rookie tight end. Wow, they're getting real deep if they're having to bring out rookie tight ends. No Claypool. Oh, yeah, he did. That was a hold. He held 34 pretty bad. Yeah, that was... All right, so now you're out of down and distance. Let's see what Mike comes up with. So we're going to be looking at about 2nd and, 15? 15, 19, second and 19. Tua is back to pass, and he's got him open again. Ooh. Achman was wide open on a wheel route outside. Oh, man, that was a nice pass. Nice call by Mike McDaniel. Just couldn't complete it. Nice wheel route on there. Achman comes out of the backfield, goes in motion, so he's at full speed. When he makes the turn, safety got there late, didn't get it. All right, 3rd and 19 here. Let's see what here. 3rd and 19. Tua's in a shotgun. Got Tyreek in motion, and they're going to run a screen, and they pretty much stopped that pretty quick. Yeah, that went absolutely nowhere. All right, so Miami's going to have to punt. Wow. Okay. That hold, no, ref ruining an NFL game for all. That was a hold. He absolutely held number 34. There was no doubt that was a hold. I can't speak to that pass interference. I never saw a tape on it again, so not really sure. Tom Stockwell says there's 8 penalties for 80 yards, and as I'm sitting here, we got another penalty. What's this one going to be? Delay of game, false start. This might have been one where they didn't care. It was a false start because you're punting. Just give them a little bit more room to punt the ball. All right, eight penalties thus far. That's not good. That's not really good. All right, so here's the punt. Nice punt. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. Wow, they're going to call that at about the 4-yard line. All right, here we go. So half of those penalties are actually no calls. Yeah, I can't really debate penalties. They are what they are. Team needs to be more disciplined. There's a good comment. Let's see what Fangio did at the half. But like I said, Philadelphia wasn't doing anything special. They weren't looking at any long passes. They weren't looking to do any trick plays. They were just beating you up front. So I don't know what more you can do in terms of maybe blitz run, maybe bring Baker and AVG and even use those on running plays. Try to keep contained as much as possible on Jalen Hurts when he rolls out. But so far, the Eagles, I mean, you guys, unless you disagree, the Eagles' offense hasn't been impressive except for their strength at this point. Ross forgot to pay the referee retirement fund this week. Hilda Sue says we need a turnover. Do I think that Fangio does any adjustments? You're going to find out real quick here. But like, what would your adjustments be from what you saw? Because I didn't see anything special, unless I missed it. I didn't see Philadelphia doing anything special on offense. Run the ball up the middle, do a short dunk and dink, run it for another 2 or 3 yards, take time off the clock, get close, push. How do you stop that? I don't know. I don't know how you stop that. I can't wait for Hurts to be pushed again and then automatic first down. McDaniel, okay, Big 1045 says McDaniel not calling good plays. He's calling the plays that he thinks or hopes he can work. And then if he finds something where he can make something happen, he'll take it. Salvin Ahmed missed that play. And that he did that wheel route. He should have caught that pass. That would have been a first down. Yeah, Waddle does seem to be kind of fragile now himself. I mean, very, very weird. It's hard to get tackling drills in at halftime. Yeah, there's not enough room in their locker room either. Miami Max says, I called a tight game, only even though it's scoring super fast, electric offense, they have a great defense. All right, so let's see what they do here on 1st and 10 from the 4-yard line. Okay, let's see what we're going to do here. Probably going to be an inside run of some sort. Oh no, he's passing. Nice easy pass to A.J. Brown, who gets about 10 yards. I mean, he made that pretty look easy. Just a quick out route right at the first down marker. So, and they're just running the clock, man. Just running the clock. All right, here we go. Yeah, he just took the easy pass. So it's either 2nd and 1 or they give him a first down. It's 2nd and inches. What are we doing here? Ref stops the game and talks to Jalen Hurts. 2nd down. All right, 2nd and inches. You know what's coming on 3rd down if they don't make it on this play. So, all right, so it's second and inches. It's not 2nd and 1 like you said on TV. All right, here we go. He may take a shot on a throw here. Nope, they're just going to run it up the middle. First down. That's all they're going to do. Just take their time, move down the field. Just take their time, move down the field. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Old-time football. Old-time football. Let the horses up front just grind it out. Just keep pushing. Take a short pass when you have a shot. Just beat them. Just beat them up front. All right, 1st and 10. Clock continues to run. Going to get a sack here. Oh, thought he had a sack, and he just went down. So they'll give him a sack. So it's going to be 2nd and 12. David Long with a nice rush. Blitz at that time. Looked like let me see where he comes from. So Fangio's adjustment is he's going to blitz. He blitzed. That should have been a holding call right there. Even Chris Collinsworth just said it. All right, so it's 2nd and 13. Let's see if they're bringing a blitz again. They're showing blitz. They backed off. Quick screen to Devontae Smith. Just gets out there for about 10 yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. Wow. The curls, they're just taking those very quick curl ins. Those kind of plays are pretty much always going to be open if he can get the ball to them because they're playing so far off. When they, on this snap, look how far off the cornerbacks are playing. All right, so here we go. 3rd and 5 from inside the 25-yard line. Empty backfield. He will not go for 4th down on here. Let's see. Ooh. All right, so right there, we're even because that looked like an interference call to me right there, and we let it go. They're not going to go for it down here. No way. No way. Let's see Eli Apple. Nope, that was a good play. He did not interfere with him. Good play by Eli Apple. He went for the ball, and a little bit early, but not worth calling a penalty. Eli Apple with a good play. All right, so let's see what happens. Put the offense back on the field, and see what Berrios does here. Does not fair catch it. Berrios. He's running. He gets out to about the 36-yard line. Berrios is a nice runner, man. Definitely a nice runner once he gets a punt. All right. Arcadia says they got to miss 5 more calls for to be even. We got to stop. Definitely need a score. I agree with that. Definitely need a score here. Ball in the hip. Who's that? Did somebody get hurt? Is that what's wrong with Waddle? I hope not. Let's see here. Berrios got hit hard. Yeah, he's been getting hit hard on every run back. The kid doesn't fair catch the ball whatsoever. Let's see what here. We got any more comments? Apple got away with one. I don't think so. I think so. What we saw on one of the adjustments is what they're doing with David Long. They're blitzing him. They got him covering, dunk and dink receivers. Not bad. All right, so the D stood up. They got the stop. And let's see what the offense does on their second possession here. Where is the genius McDaniel? Well, you're Mike McDaniel. You know you got Tyreek, but as of right now, you can't run the ball. And Jalen Waddle is in the locker room. I don't know if he's back out on the field or not. So that's the problem. Craycraft is on injured reserve, so you're not going to see him. So we got Berrios, Claypool, Cedric Wilson, and Tyreek. No Waddle right now. Not sure we're going to have Waddle the rest of the game. Need to get Cedric Wilson involved more. He saved that drive on the touchdown drive, absolutely. Berrios is more versatile. Yep, he is. I don't know why we haven't seen Claypool yet. I would definitely put him in. All right, who do I think is a better receiver? Claypool, Craycraft, or Berrios? I think Berrios is faster. I think Craycraft's got better hands. But, maybe at this point, just go for Tyreek and see what happens. What's his 10 for 83 and a TD? That's 83 yards for Tyreek. He's always going to get his yardage, isn't he? Let's see. Or pass first, second run. Okay, here we go. First down. Yeah, Mike, that's definitely a big problem. 3 backups on the line and no Waddle. Absolutely. Let's see here. All right, so it's first and 10 from about the 36-yard line. Weird inside handoff to Mostert, gets to the outside, breaks it for about 15 yards, takes a big hit. Nice first down.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Nice first down. Got him to the outside. One of the first plays you've seen him break right now. Yeah, nice run. Good speed. Good cut. Ooh, and then he took a big hit from Jalen Carter. Big hit. What the heck was Jalen Carter that far down the field? All right, so it's first and 10, 20 after a 21-yard run. Two is in a shotgun. Mostert's to his right. And they hand off to Mostert again. Wide open over there. He's going to go for another first down and more. Nice. Wow, very nice.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Okay, running the ball to the outside. Gotta like that. Definitely gotta like that. Waddle is back on the bench. He's loosening on the sidelines, a couple people say. Robbie Chosen is inactive. He will not be playing today. All right. So it's going to be first and 10 again. The offense is moving the ball, obviously, down to the 30-yard line. Back to pass, and about a 6-yard pass to Tyreek. Just a quick in route. Take it. Waddle's trying to get stretched out. He's on the sideline trying to get that back. So they probably put heating pads and everything else on him to see what he can do. All right, so now we're looking at 2nd and 5. Love to see that there's still fire in these guys. All right, Tyreek's out. Split out right. Yeah, split out left. And an inside run to Alec. Nothing on that run now. Okay, just going to keep trying to run though. He's not abandoning it. That was to Ahmed. Arcadian says, looking like they just need to run away from the D-line and they will be fine. Yep, doing the instead of going after him, run outside. All right, so 3rd and 3. Okay, here we go. So we've got Tyreek in motion. Or was that Berrios? Come down. Tyreek is at the top of the formation, out left to Tua's back to pass. A lot of pressure. And Tyreek, ooh. What the hell is that? Incomplete pass. Wow. That was a touchdown. That was a touchdown. Wow, that was a touchdown. Nice play. Not sure how Tyreek didn't catch that. Tyreek came off the line, cut across the middle. Boom! Dropped it off his knee. And then it's still just... All right, so let's see what Mike's going to do here on 4th and 3. They're going for it. 4th and 3. Let's see what we got here. 4th and 3. Snap is good. Tua. Incomplete pass. Okay, let's see that. Let's see that again. Said that McDaniel is pissed. Zoom in. I can't see it. Let's see okay, so Cedric Wilson was the target. Oh yeah, he did. He definitely grabbed his face mask. Grabbed his face mask and knocked him down. Wow. That was a two for one there. He grabbed his face mask and it was pass interference, and the rest like, don't see it. Don't not gonna see it. Wow. Yeah, they just looked the other way on that one. I don't know how they missed that. That wasn't a good one. That was Mike McDaniel you can't challenge penalties, Pablo. I mean, that's one of the things that they just won't let you do. You can't challenge that. That was bad. Chris, I really don't think you can. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think you can challenge penalties. It's one of those things. You know, I'm not really sure you can do it. Man, we got this just where we need to play it smart from here. Hopefully, you know what the thing I'm thinking? Hopefully, it just incentivizes this team and fires them up, saying, "Oh man, they're trying to screw us. Let's get out there and do something." Pablo, I don't know. I mean, did anybody else know for sure? I can't say no, but I don't think you can challenge a penalty. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. I'm not sure. No, GTO says you can't challenge it either. So I'm not really sure you can. I don't think you can challenge a penalty. That's a discretionary call. I don't know how the ref missed that call. I mean, his whole head snapped. He got thrown to the ground, basically. All right, Muck, you said the same thing. So I guess we got a bunch of people here saying you cannot challenge it would be hard to challenge it if you think about it, because nothing was called on the play. It was called an incomplete pass. It wasn't, hey, the penalty was wrong, so no penalty was called. Yep. Seeing everybody say it here, you just can't challenge a penalty. So they got away with one. They can challenge a penalty for a face mask if they see it. They have to call it. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see what they say. I've never seen him challenge a penalty before. All right, so I'm seeing the score is tied. So what the hell happens here? A pick six is on the way, guys. A pick six is coming up. Just see the score change. So boom, let's see. Karma comes back. So Jalen Hurts is back to pass. He looks to throw it. Boom, deflection, and Jerome Baker in for 6. Nice.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen. We're in the air, we're on the ground, we're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl, 'cause we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1. Yes, we're the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins #1.
Now that's going to go into books as a touchdown by Jerome Baker, But Kader Kohou gets all the credit for that play. Kader Kohou blocked the pass. It floated up in the air. Jerome Baker picked it off and ran it to the end zone. Make sure you give Kader Kohou his props on that play, because if Kader Kohou doesn't block that pass, Jerome Baker doesn't get a touchdown. Great play by Kader Kohou. Fantastic play by Kader Kohou. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Darth Kader strikes again on his tip to Baker. Very nice play. The look on my face was priceless. What look was that? I was like, I can't believe that just happened. And I was waiting for it to happen because the scoreboard changed on the screen again, because I'm a little bit delayed for some reason. And so I was waiting to see what it was, what exactly happened. I saw some of the guys commenting on what it was. And so, the guys are fired up for sure. Okay. I'm convinced once we get Howard and Ramsey back in, it's on. Do my eyes deceive me? Where is that? I just saw something. We have talent on defense, but they need to believe like Tyreek and Tua. Absolutely. Baker is my least favorite starting D, but he did something there. It didn't go in the air. Kohou threw it right to him. I thought he tipped it, and when he tipped it, it went to him. Seems like Fangio is getting things right. Well, he had him in the right position, absolutely, and nice play. So that's very good. And we're down multiple players, and we're tied in the third. Just imagine when we're fully healthy. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Let's make a stop. Third and out on our next position. Tom, yeah, that'd be very nice. All right, so where are we time-wise? We're at 4:02 in the third, and that really got the team fired up on that face mask, and then karma did strike, and the Dolphins scored to tie it up. All right. What are the stats? Hey, Jeffrey, what are the stats? What stats are you looking for? Maybe Tom can pull them up or something. I don't think that answers the question about Fangio's adjustments, because it was a tip drill. Not sure what he adjusted yet. If they start to get an offense out there and not get a tip drill on the first play, we can see whatever kind of adjustments were made. So we'll see on this drive what kind of adjustments are made. So 17 all, new game. Boom. Okay, so it's out of the end zone, and we'll start from the first. So they're showing the face mask. Definitely a face mask. No doubt that should have been called. No doubt. No doubt that was a face mask. Ugh, that was awful how the ref missed that. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the 25. New drive, new set of downs. There's a snap. He's back to throw again, and he's running, and he's going to get the first down and slides down about the 40 after about a 15-yard gain. Now who's hurt? 2 Dolphins hurt on a play. 2. Wow, 2 Dolphins are on the ground. I don't know what the hell just happened. Ooh, man, so it's Javon Howland and David Long are both down. Did they hit each other or something? How the hell? Mike McDaniel's walking out. Let me see what happens. Oh, they ran full speed into each other, Javon Howland and David Long. And David Long looks like he took the brunt, and he fell face down. Whew. Wow. Yeah, that hurt. That definitely hurt. I hope David Long gets up. I hope they both get up, but David Long looks like he took it the worst. Man, yeah. I mean, they're already weak at linebacker. For him to be out and for Javon Holland to be out, that's, man, next man up. That pick to the ball don't lie either. I hate seeing guys get hit like that, man, because, I mean, full speed, no recoil, bam, right into each other. Right into each other. That was bad. That was bad. Was it a pick play? I'm not sure. I mean, it was a crossing route. I don't know if it was a pick play. Yeah, that hurt. That I've seen guys run into each other, but two guys not seeing each other at all and just full speed. That's not good. Like I said, David Long looks like he got the worst of that, because when he fell, he fell face down, and he didn't. All right, so who would the Dolphins bring in? You're right. So I'm looking at that right now. Who said this? Raphael said it. So if David Long has to come out, you got to bring in Tyndall and then Brandon Jones for Holland. Man. All right. Both are okay. Great. Sam says they're both okay, so they must have already came back on. Oh, that looked... hate to even speculate, but that was like, ouch. Ouch. How bad that... Okay, here we go. I hate to see guys get hit like that. It just sucks. Absolutely sucks to see two guys get hit like that. All right, so Channing Tyndall will probably come in. Both walked off on their own power. David Long standing on the sideline. He looks okay. I don't see Javon Holland yet. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10 after about a 10 or 15 yard gain. I think they said 12 on TV. Jalen Hurts is surveying the field, taking time off the clock here. Okay, here's a snap to Jalen Hurts. He's looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Plenty of time. And complete to Devontae Smith for about a 20-yard gain. Eli Apple was late in coverage on that one. Wow. When he gets time, it just doesn't seem like a Dolphins secondary, even though it's depleted right now, can do it. And Devontae Smith just wasted on Eli Apple. So it looks like Duke Riley has come in for David Long. But David Long may be back on the field. I'm not sure. Hurts just throws another quick shot to A.J. Brown for about 6 or 7 yards. Yeah, Hilda, this is definitely turning into a very good game. Hurts is under pressure all the time. Any minute we'll see another turnover. Hurts. All right, so it's 2nd and 2. Let's see what happens here. Takes a lot of time between plays. Play action. No, it's a running play, and it's going to be a 1st down. They had it stopped. They just ran out to the side. This is just hurting us by Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts. All right, so let's see what we got here. 1st and 10 from about the 27. Jalen Hurts back to pass. He's got time. He dumped it underneath to Devontae Smith. What a move. Whew. Jerome Baker. Whew. Broke his ankles on that move. Boom. He just completely broke his ankles on that play. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We got Dolphins need to get pissed here. Let's see what we got. 2nd and 5 or 6. Hurts back. Another hand up. Oh, wide open. Oh, missed it. So that was to Why is Jerome Baker covering A.J. Brown? That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. Boom. All right, so it's 3rd and 7. He's back to pass. Plenty of time. He's got Goddard for a first down at about the 15, 14-yard line. Eli Apple did get fried on that one right there. So we're going to go into the fourth quarter. Man, I don't even know how many times the Dolphins have even had the ball. Eli Apple's just getting used by a tight end. All right, so it's going to... Well, you can see on the scoreboard what happened. Haven't seen it yet. Let's see. Jalen Hurts back to pass. Oh, what kind of tackling was that? Oh, my God. They threw a pass to A.J. Brown, and they couldn't put him on the ground, and he scores. Wow. Wow. How did that happen? A.J. Brown, I mean, they tried to tackle him. He just ran through them. Who was it? Let me get a number on who couldn't put him on the ground. So right there, boom, Van Ginkel and Cater arm tackling a big 6'4", 6'5" wide receiver. That ain't gonna work. Man, so you're telling me both those guys, who was supposed to be covering A.J. Brown? Was it supposed to be Cater or was it supposed to be ABG? I'm not sure. A.J. Brown says, Captain Swole says A.J. Brown is bigger than our linebackers. He's a big dude, man. He is definitely a big dude out there. All right, 24-17 Eagles. Let's see, got to score. Got to keep up with them. ABG is having a poor game. You know why he's having a poor game? He's having a poor game because he's played better on the edge. He's played much better when Jalen Phillips was hurt and he was on the edge. He doesn't like that linebacker position. So you're talking about, again, I'm going to say it, that's Vic Fangio putting somebody in a position that they're not comfortable with. That's what that is. All right, so... Oh, he's only 6'1"? No, there's no way A.J. Brown is 6'1". He's got to be 6'3". Yeah, I believe ABG is playing out of position. I completely agree with that. The kid, you can't excel the way he does playing on edge and then completely not be that good when they put him inside. I don't know why you just don't give Channing Tindall a shot, you know? All right, so Barrios has got the return. He's out to about the 31-32. Nice. All right. Apple needs to catch a ride home. Y'all mean. I don't even know why they signed Eli Apple, but hey, if you got him, you got to do something here. All right, so we're going to get one play before the end of the third quarter. Let's see if they can do something here. One of the problems I'm having is people thought Vic Fangio made some adjustments. You just saw those adjustments didn't work. So it's going to be on Tua and Mike to make this happen. I don't know if Jalen Waddle is going to be much help. Tua and Tyreek. Let's do it. Whoa, what is that? So, wait a minute. Tua, you just can't walk away from the center like that. As a center, I can tell you, if you're going to call a timeout, make sure I know so I don't snap the ball back like that. And so Tua walked away from the center and called timeout, and Eichenberg just snapped the ball. That was a disaster. That could have been a disaster. You got to let me know. If I'm your center, I should be the first one to know you're calling a timeout. You know, tell me or yell it loud enough. I understand it's loud there, but even if you call the timeout, don't walk away, because if the ref doesn't hear you and that ball gets snapped, we're screwed. All right. Let's see what happens here. See in the last play. He's looking. He got, who's that, Tyreek again? Who was it? All right, Wild just caught a pass for 14 yards.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
All right, guys. Last one of the night. Again, the number to text me your information. I don't have an image. Is 786-947-4770. 786-947-4770. All right, let's look at the question here. Number 3. This is too easy. Don't need Google for this one. The Miami Dolphins claimed a middle linebacker off of waivers from the Patriots, who eventually became a Hall of Famer. Who was he? The Miami Dolphins claimed a linebacker from the Patriots who was on waivers, eventually became a Hall of Famer for the Miami Dolphins. So you got 2 clues. Linebacker, Hall of Famer, Miami Dolphins. Linebacker, nope, not Zach Thomas. Way back. Way back. Go back. Zach Thomas is too young. There we go. We got, make sure I got the right one here. And that's Buonacani. Our boy Nick Buonacani. Love that guy. What an undersized dude. Played so well. Tragic thing happened with his son. Just tragic. And I just hated that. All right, so whatever your name is here, go ahead and text me. That's why you guys have to text me, because I know your name ain't Bio04185. 786-947-4770. 786-947-4770. Give me your name and email so I can get a hold of you. That man must have been an Italian. Mr. Buonacani indeed was an Italian man. I must have a laggy send. You're late, bro. Late. Jake Scott, somebody says. Total yards tonight thus far from Tom. 208 to 262. Time of possession, 18-11 to 26-49. So let's see if the Dolphins can run some time off the clock and get a touchdown here. Let's see what they do. Put a drive together. Got to think that the Dolphins may have 2 possessions left based upon how the Eagles have been running their offense. So can't blow it. Got to get some points here. All right, so 1st and 10 from, let's see here, about the 45. Inside handoff to Raheem Mostert, goes for 2 or 3 yards. 2 or 3 yards. Another flag coming up, somebody said. I don't know why the Dolphins are running down the clock. I don't know if they're running down the clock. They're just trying to get some stuff done as well. So here we go. It's 2nd and 7. Dolphins are hanging tough. Hey, Thelma. You were quiet tonight, but thank you for coming on in. Let me go ahead and put that up. Thank you, Thelma. All right, 2nd and 7. What the hell just happened? I don't know. That they blew the play dead. While their refs are picking up hankies, don't forget.
Come on, show some love and click that like button.
So they're going to call legal procedure on Austin Jackson with his false start. Okay, Austin. Let me see. And, yep. But you know what? Lane Johnson does that on every single play for the Eagles. Their offensive tackles are basically in the backfield before the ball is even snapped. Wow. All right. So it's 2nd and 12. To his back in shotgun with Raheem Mostert going off to his right. Got a little pressure and nothing. Tried to throw the ball to Tyreek. Tyreek's looking for a flag. No flag. No flag. Let's look at the replay here. And Tyreek comes across. Oh, that was a PI. Guy was holding his back. Yep. Not sure. Tyreek's usually sure-handed. He usually doesn't drop anything. That was piss poor reffing there. 3rd and 12. Tua's in a shotgun. He's got Raheem Mostert. Tyreek's in motion. There's a throw. Wide open. And that's going to be a first down to Jalen Waddle.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
All right. Nice route by Waddle as he cut in there. Very nice. All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 from about the, let's see where they're going to put this ball down. Boy, Mike McDaniel just has this angry look on his face. So it's got they're at the 45-yard line. Tyreek's in motion, comes back. Tua's rolling out. Did he catch it in bounds? I don't know. Yep. Nice catch by Cedric Wilson.
That's another Miami Dolphins.
Nice play by Cedric Wilson. Very nice. He got both of his feet down. Very nice. Cedric Wilson's having a nice game tonight. All right, 1st and 10 from the 25. And that was Tua saving his life. I don't think he slipped. I think Tua saw this guy coming at him, was like, nope, we're going to have to get down. Was it a bad snap? Let's see. No, the snap wasn't great, but Tua knew to kill it. He was not going to get hit by Jordan Davis. Not going to happen. He was right in front of him. He's like, nah, man, nah, you ain't hitting me. You ain't hitting me. You're a refrigerator with sneakers on. You ain't hitting me, bro. Smart move. All right, so what do we got here? Tua's in shotgun. Oh, he dropped the ball again. And, oh, man. Wow. That snap was bad. Man, he basically rolled the ball back to Tua. Nice play by Tua to save it. I mean, he bounced pass. He gave Tua a bounce pass. All right, it's 3rd and 8 from about the, 24-yard line. No more bounce passes, Liam. Get him the damn ball. Get him the ball. Make a good snap here. Good snap. Tua's back. Pressure. Throwing it. Oh, it's picked. It's picked. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that was a floater. He just hung that one up there. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a bit of a floater for sure. Ball was late. That drive just was just bad all the way around. Leon Eichenberg, I don't know, Mike McDaniel needs to stick a foot up your butt because damn, you can't keep doing that. Bad pass. The commentators are having a coronary. Yeah. Tua has no help with Chris Greer's offensive line. I know a couple guys are hurt. Isaiah Wynn went down, but he's having to just get rid of the ball, man. Just get rid of it. Demetrius says, I would be more upset with that INT if the refs weren't missing so many calls against the Eagles. At this point, whatever happens. I'm over this game. A lot of time left, man. A lot of time. Don't freak out yet. A lot of time left. Let's see what happens. How many more possessions do we get? Okay, so it's 11-21 in the fourth right now. The way things have gone, let's say the the Eagles run off 4 or 5 minutes here, and they get the ball back with 6 minutes, providing they don't score. Worst thing is for them to run off 4 or 5 or 6 minutes and then score, and then it's going to be extremely tough. Even a field goal at this point is going to be really tough to come back on. So they got to get a punt. They got to get a 3 and out here. Absolutely got to get a 3 and out. GTO says we'll get the ball twice. Yeah, but I don't want to get the ball twice after they've scored. I want to get a 3 and out here, then get the ball. That would be the way to go. Pablo, you're absolutely right. If you need a stop, this is where you need a stop. Absolutely. Time is not of the essence of our defense doesn't play better. Yeah, I mean, time is of the essence, and the Dolphins have to realize that at this point as well. So I don't know what Eichenberg. He's just not. It's just, and I don't know why Tua threw this. He floated a ball up there. Yeah, he just floated there. Okay, so I can't answer the pass interference things. All right, so it's 1st and 10 from the looks like the 18 or 19. Jalen back to pass. He had to throw it away. Okay, good. Very good. All right, so 2 things happened there. They didn't convert anything, and they stopped the clock on an incomplete pass. Yeah, he sniffed it. Eli Apple sniffed it out. If he didn't throw it away, that would have been an interception. All right, so it's 2nd and 10. I'm not sure why the Eagles have abandoned a run here instead of trying to take some time off the clock, but cool. And there's an inside run right there, and they're going to get about 5 yards, maybe 6 yards on that play. So it's going to be 3rd, and I'm going to call 5, 3rd and 5 right here. Let's see what they do here. Need a 3 and out. Need a 3 and out badly. So let's see what they do here. So let's see if Fangio dials up a blitz. All right, let's see what happens here. Jalen Hurts is in an empty backfield, so they're going to be looking to throw this play. 3rd and 5. Hader Kohu. They're going to put the forward progression at about maybe a foot from the first down line. Are they going to kick it, or are they going to go with the push? He's going to kick it. He's not going to go too far deep in his own territory. Kohu with a nice tackle there, kept him from going at extra yard. All right, so even though it's 4th and an inch, they're not going to go for it. All right, cool. You're too deep in your end to go for it. What are we doing here? They called timeout. What's going on? Oh, man, offensive players are coming back on the field. So they're going to go with the tush push. Let's see how far do they have to get? This is ballsy. You're only down. I mean, you're only ahead by a touchdown. You're deep in your own end, and you're gonna. I guess their numbers and their data has said we can get this. We got the better offensive line than you guys got up front. Let's see what they do. Yep, here comes a tush push, and they're pushing, and he's in there. Man, that's just one hell of a play. Again, when you got a quarterback, when you have a quarterback that can squat 600 plus pounds, and you just get legs and leg move, oof, man. Wow. Look at that. Look at the strength being pushed in there. How do you stop that? Look at Jalen Hurts' legs just keep moving. All right, so it's 1st and 10. Nothing we can do about the tush push. It's legal today. Inside handoff goes for about three yards or so. Yeah, GTO, you're right. If all they've got to do is get 8 or 9 yards in a series, and then this play that and it's not the Dolphins. Nobody in the league has stopped this play. Nobody has stopped it. So you can't pin this on the Dolphins not being able to stop it, because nobody in the league yet has been able to stop that power play. All right, so 8:44. Okay, here we go. Play action. And, incomplete pass. Yeah, it's a long yard, and they still went with that tush push. They're talking about the injury to Javon Howland. So it looks like they're going to call they're going to go with a concussion protocol on one of those guys. No, I see Howland still in the game. All right, so it's 3rd and 7, 8-10. Let's see what they do here. It looks like he's coming with a blitz on top. Nope. He's got plenty of room he's got a first down. A.J. Brown gets a first down. They're not going to get that first down? I would challenge the spot. Oh, here comes the tush push again. There it is. I don't know. I played a lot of football. I don't know how you stop that. I don't know how you stop a guy who has a huge offensive line in front of him, and also he can squat 650 pounds and just use his legs to just bowl you guys over. It's nearly impossible to stop that play. Yeah, media hates that play. Everyone in the league hates that play, but stop me. All right, 1st and 10, inside handoff, and just goes for 1 or 2 yards. They don't even care. They're just running the clock, man. It's easy to see. Well, see, it's not. It's easy to see why it works. It's very easy to do and very hard to stop. Again, Josh Allen can't do this, and he's 6'5", 250. Lamar Jackson can't do this. This is a kid who's stout. Like I said, he squats over 600 pounds, and you just keep those legs driving, and unless the guys up front can stop you, you're going to get it. All right, 2nd and 9. He's back to pass. He got a throw underneath for about, 4 or 5, so it's going to be 3rd and 3. Clock is just running, man. Just running. Either way, I'm not going to say anything negative, but nobody can say the Dolphins went toe-to-toe. We didn't go toe-to-toe with these guys. All right, so 3rd and 4. Let's see what to do. Here's a snap. He's in a shotgun, taking a long time. And inside handoff. Ooh, he got stuck. Wait a minute, we got a flag. I don't know who said it earlier. It looked like the Fangio defense had made adjustments. Nah. You don't line up off sides, man. So pork rinds, you're saying they didn't go toe to toe. Are you calling it a bruising of an ass whooping up front? That was a nice stick here. Oh, who was that? It came in there. All right, 1st down. All right, so it's 1st and 10, 5:50 to go. Clock is still running. Jalen pump fake, and he's throwing deep. and A.J. Brown down to about the 9-yard line. He beat Kader Kohu and Deshaun Elliott. Fried them both. He was double covered, and he still came up with the ball. I mean, it was man-to-man. Safety came over, and he still caught the ball. He still got it. Wow. Nice catch by A.J. Brown. He's such a big dude, man. He's so big. I would just run it the rest of the time from the Eagles. There's a run right up the middle. Oh, my goodness. Still think Fangio made some adjustments on defense, guys? After what you're seeing right here? You just can't give up that kind of running play from within the 15-yard line. And they're just running it down their throats at this point. Literally, especially with the tush push, obviously. I see the scoreboard already changed, so... Wow. This defense is bad. The scheme is bad. And there's no... I mean, these guys didn't play this bad last year. No way, man. No way. All right, so I can see the scoreboard already changed. It looks like they're way behind. Jalen Hurts is 23 of 31 for 280 yards and a touchdown. And here's an inside handoff. Nope, he bounced it out, and he scores. Wow. Are we pretenders or contenders? Well, put it this way. I don't think there's going to be many teams that have a tush push in their, the repertoire. I don't think you're going to get this kind of push from other teams. You're definitely not going to get this kind of defense the rest of the time. The Jets are going to be tough. I'm telling you right now, even though Zach Wilson can't do anything, the Jets defense is better than this defense. But all those broken down plays, no offense, hold on, Eagles. Yeah, right. Defense did as good as they could. What a bunch of, what's this say? What a bunch of losers. After rooting for them the last 3 years, I'm no longer a Miami fan. They look like a high school team at best. No, don't throw your hat in. I mean, it was a tough order to come in and try and take this team on. They can overwhelm lesser teams, but Glassjaw against physical teams. That's with dominant lines. There's your clue right there. Speed wins. Speed definitely wins when you're playing against teams that aren't physical. When you got to go toe-to-toe and face me man-to-man, and I have the chance to beat your behind and put your you-know-what in the dirt, as Jimbo says, that's where things get separated. When I can just impose my will on you, and that's what we're seeing here with the Eagles tonight. They just impose their will. We can't beat good teams. We keep proving that. Big O, I can't put your comment up because of what you said there, but need all of our starters to compete. Well, again, other than that pass to A.J. Brown, the only real starters missing on defense are Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey. They're not going to help with a very physical team like this. As I said earlier, the Eagles didn't do really anything special except line up and beat your ass. I mean, that's the difference. The difference is this team lined up and said, here's what we're going to do. You've seen us on film. You've watched us on film all year. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. We're going to run the ball. And then we're going to just ram it down your throat. And we're going to run the ball, and we're going to run the ball, and we'll take a shot here or there, but what we're going to do is run it down your throat. Jalen Ramsey nor Xavier Howard are going to be up front to stop that kind of attack. That's just not going to happen. Then on the flip side, I know some of you guys had said Teron Armstead might have helped with the running game. Yeah. A-Chain may have done better, but now you're not going to really see a running game. So now they've got you in a position where you have to throw. This isn't where you want to be against this defense. You don't want to be in a position where you have to throw with these guys on defense. This is where it can get a little bit out of hand if things don't go well. I don't want to see any bad snaps. I don't want to see any crazy throws, but you're down 31-17 with 4 minutes left, and it's on Tua and Mike and Tyreek to get something done. And Waddle's out there too. Oh, this is a great point. I didn't even think of that. Where is that? Somebody just posted. Your comment is gone. Okay, GTO, great comment. I didn't even realize this. The offense has only scored 10 points tonight. The high-octane offense has only scored 10 points. 7 of those points came from a pick six. So you're absolutely right. Look at the size of these guys, man. This dude is a monster. And he's just a baby. This is a rookie year for Jalen Carter. All right, so 4 minutes left. Let's see. They bring some heat because I know you're going to throw, so I'm just going to come and manhandle your line. And that's exactly a nice pass. Nice pass. Nice. That was to Waddle. Very nice. All right. The clock doesn't stop until the 2-minute warning or you get forced out of bounds in pro football anymore. All right. Tua running for his life here. Brought him down. Big guys up front. Defense by stock says defense wins championships and Super Bowl. Yeah. Okay. I mean, if you guys are watching right now, look at the size of that man on the screen. Those three guys in front. Wow. All right. So here we go. Clock is still running. Tua's back to pass, and he's going to get eaten up again. Now it's 4th down. I almost think that Mike's got to go for it. You got nothing to lose. You have to go for it, basically. Kendall Lamb isn't playing. Is it Kendall? Kendall's there, yeah. Oh, what a move. What a move. He went by Kendall Lamb like he wasn't even standing there. Oh, what a move. Good Lord. Poor Tua. Poor Tua. You got to go for it here. Look at these big guys up front getting ready to lick their chops here. Man. Wow. Dolphins used their last time out. Mike McDaniel's talking to Tua. Tua's probably saying to him, hey, man, don't get me killed out here. I'm your boy, right? I'm your boy. These guys ain't blocking. Just let me hand it off and let's get the hell out of here. First thing Monday, I would walk Kahu to the cheerleaders every time to get pom-poms. Oh, God. Oh, if I'm Tua, I'm like, hey, man, you guys have block, shit, block. He's in an empty backfield, so they're going to just come flying in right here. You're going to have to hit somebody quickly. Here they are. Oh. Why did Philadelphia call timeout? That's pretty stupid. Wow. You guys are more concerned about the offensive line. Yeah, I bet you Tua's concerned about the offensive line. Once he gets sacked. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Anyway, that's Chris Greer talking right there. That's number 38. Where's 38?
I think you guys are probably more worried than we are.
I bet you two is kind of worried. I bet you two is kind of worried. Man, all right. 4th and forever, and Tua throws it. Nothing. Wow. 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 Schechter says, no offensive line and okay defense, not good enough against the Angry Birds. Okay, so you understand you got Kansas City Chiefs coming up. I don't mean to be overlooking the New England Patriots, but whew, let's see. I was wondering the same thing. I'm looking at this, Nate Dogg, is how bad must Cam Smith be for you not to sub him in over Eli Apple? How bad must he be? How much of a miss on a draft pick did Vic Fangio have by drafting Cam Smith and saying he's not ready? He's not ready to take Eli Apple's spot. He's not ready to take even Deshaun Elliott's spot. He's not ready. As bad as these guys are? Oh, good night. How do we fix the offensive line and defense by next year? Gonna have to spend some money. There's. I don't want to say it. Well, I'm going to say it. You can't extend Tua and give him a big bag as of right now. You need too many players. You need to get some money. McDaniel was out coached, and Fangio never showed up, and Cahu will be getting his paycheck from the Eagles on Monday. I am not a Fangio supporter. Sorry. Some guys get pissed at me. Mike's doing the best he can. I mean, you got Justin. Mike should be pissed at Chris Greer. This is the offensive line you got for me? This is it? Even with Teron Armstead back, this is it? Connor Williams? Liam Eichenberg, you're a Notre Dame guy. I love Notre Dame, but you need to pack your shit. Pack your shit and get out. Yeah, this is a Fangio thing here. Wow. Good night. All right, good. Thanks, Robert, for coming on in. Man, this was bad. Bad of you. All right, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Oof, man. This is a good comment here by Smith Bart. Again, I became a Dolphins fan after watching them play because of Tua, but this is too much. Barry, I've been watching every one of your episodes, but I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm done. Nice hearing you. Thanks for everything. Oh my God. So you're no longer a Dolphins fan because of this one game? Come on, guys. It's one game. One game. That's all it is. One game. Oh, man. Defense played way better last year. Most of the guys, yeah, I'd have to agree. Defense played better last year. Most of the guys from prior regimes still here. What changed? Fangio. You're going to play my scheme or that's it. I never heard a coach say that and complain about players and say, you got to play my scheme and I don't have the players. No, I just can't stand that. All right, so 2-minute warning coming up, and we're just going to see runs at this point. There's a handoff. Oh, my goodness. Oh, down to the 5-yard line. Just shredding this defense. Now they're just adding insult to injury at this point. And they're not trying to run up the score. They're just beating them up front. I'm looking at this defensive line just get punked. Ugh. Jason Kelsey. Oh, just all the way around these guys. Ugh. Yeah, like Chris Collinsworth has said. Chris Collinsworth is saying in my ear, I can hear. He's like the Eagles have just worn out the Dolphins, worn them out. Mike McDaniel does not look happy. So they're on it's going to be 1st and goal from the 5 or 6. Man. This is a good question. What is Fangio's identity as defensive coordinator? Grumpy old man telling players to do it his way or get off the lawn. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't have the players. I don't have the guys that can make it work. Man. I didn't play Don't Beat Yourself but once or twice because the whole thing was beating yourself. I mean, A.J. Brown, 10 receptions for 137 yards. It's just... I understand we're very injured, but this is a gut-wrench loss, and Tua is starting to give off Kirk Cousins energy. He's not at his best when his lights are on. Thankfully, we're still 5-2. Here's what you have to look out for. Now they're just gonna. To me, this is worse. You're just gonna kneel down, and not try to score, not to embarrass us. Classy, but there's still 2 minutes left, bro. And Dolphins don't have any timeouts left, so they're just going to run it. Man, this is just like, we don't want it. Wow. So what was I saying? You have 2 films right now. You have a film against the Bills, and you have film against the Eagles, and you're going to see teams look at that film and say, how did these guys keep this offense to 10 points tonight? 10 points. It says 17, but it was basically 31-10. How did they keep this offense to 10 points? What did they do? Well, they couldn't run. Had a couple nice ones from Mostert. They couldn't run, and they couldn't pass. A big defensive line, and wow. This was ugly. The tush push was just crazy. So they got the ball down to the 6-yard line, and they just said to hell with it. They're not even going to try and run it in the end zone. We're just going to kneel down over and over again. Wow. That's going to be the game, guys. It's not easy. Not going to be easy. Gonna hear it. Obviously, the offensive line cannot hang with the strong teams. And now, somebody said earlier it was 400 days since they beat a winning team. That streak has been extended. All right, everybody, thanks for showing up tonight. Sorry it didn't turn out better for you. 31-17, Eagles.